Hey, friends! Welcome to Lazy Sundays on the Caravan. Today we are playing Capers Cyberpunk. If you aren't familiar with that, it's a whole branding done by Nerdburger Games. But first, I want to welcome you to the Lost Caravan. We do one-shots, miniseries, and long-running campaigns. If it's TTRPG, we pretty much do it all. My name is Holly, and you can find me at OMG Holly D on all social media. Um, and before we get to introducing guests, we're going to go through a few announcements. But yes. Tonight we are playing a game that actually launched in Kickstarter and it is fully funded. It is for Nerdburger Games. Like I said, it is Caper Cyberpunk. Someone will be linking that link in chat. Thank you. Um, and yeah, if you want to check out any of the previous streams, there are hundreds of hours of content on YouTube. And if you want to support us in our community, check out our website and please join our Discord. If you want to play games with us, we would love that. So as far as that goes, I think that's it. If there's anything else, please let me know. um, but okay, everybody, I'm gonna have you go around and introduce yourself with your pronouns, and quickly where people can find you, and then please introduce your character with pronouns, and basically what your title, your job is that you're doing here. So all right, we'll start with JT. All that grief he gave me today.
Wow. Gonna pick on me first, huh? Hello, everybody. I'm JT. My pronouns are they, them. You can find me on Twitter at Weepg and also on Blue Sky at the same thing. Today, I will be playing the Rook, an information broker who is incredibly perceptive.
Okay. We'll go ahead and do JD.
Hi, I am JD, as she, they, and you can find me as JD Lane pretty much everywhere. Today I will be playing Ruka, who is kind of a street advocate, and she may or may not have been mistaken for a Care Bear a time or two.
I love it so much. All right, and Casey, if you can go ahead for me, bud.
Yeah, my name is Casey. He, him. And you can find me at TikTok at Tabletop Trucker, where I do videos there over my industry and try to mix D&D in there as well. And if you want to talk to me personally, you can find me over at HSD, hanging out there as DTP78 or Granny Bane as they call me. Story behind that, and I'm playing as Keeper. Him. This is his last job. He's a driver. He's just doing this to get to point A to point B, and then he gets to retire.
Oh, we lost Alice.
I'm coming back. Video Ninja has like a hatred of me.
No worries. But now it's your turn to introduce yourself.
Hi guys. I'm not sure if my video is coming back up or not. But if you can hear
yourself
me, there we go. I'm Alice. She, they pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at HellionHeart and Blue Sky at Alice Heart. I did manage to grab that one. I am going to be playing Cat Ray. They, she pronouns. They are a hacker that specializes in being anyone they want to be, which is why their code name is also Changeling.
Nice.
Cool. That's awesome. Okay. I do want to take a quick moment and just remind everyone that we do use safety tools in this game. I don't think that we should have any issues with lines or veils today, but if you did, please do not hesitate to throw up an X with your arms like this, or you can message in chat and we will deal with it accordingly and immediately. So, with that said, we are. I'm going to set the scene. If I can get my PDF to come up correctly. So sorry, guys. All right. Perfect. Okay. Our story today is taking place in one of the 5 boroughs of New York, Brooklyn. It is located in southeast Manhattan, in case you did not know. But you guys are all familiar with Cobble Hill. Cobble Hill is, or was, used to be a wealthy neighborhood with expensive row houses and is now home to a massive population of people who really have nowhere else to go. The cops largely leave the area alone, as population density in Cobble Hill would be very difficult to control. The Cobble Hill itself is next to downtown Brooklyn and the Gold Tower. This is a familiar sight. The Gold Tower is basically the one megacorp that exists here in Brooklyn. It's called Scepter Industries. And this tower makes many people nervous. Not only is it a sight to see, but it is a constant reminder of the unfair treatment that the people in this area are deserving, because it's very well known that 1% of the population owns literally everything. And that means you don't. And you guys have been brought together. Whatever your motivations are your own. However, you have been brought together to do something, or asked to do something, to retrieve something. You've been tasked with the job of retrieving essentially a hard drive, or at least that's what you were told. And you guys have met up outside of a what would used to be an old pizza place. It's really run down and there's no food being served here now. And it is, I would say it's probably about late afternoon. We're talking like 3 p.m., hanging, chilling. And you guys know that moving at night is going to be a little bit easier. But at the same time, you need to know the team that you're working with. Who's the first to arrive? I'll pick.
I think Keeper knows the area fairly well. He used to know the people who owned this old pizzeria. He's really upset about that they had to move down and out of town because of the problems that this neighborhood has been having. So he's probably familiar with it, and he just pulls up in his very classy looking, like 1930 style mobster car. And he's like, such a nice place this used to be. And he just waits until somebody comes to. He doesn't go in the building. He's just sitting outside the building, leaned up against his car, just waiting for somebody else to either usher him in or meet up with him.
Yeah, and Keeper's a big dude, right? Like,
yes.
You can't miss him.
Nah, Keeper is African American. He's about 6'6", 6'8", well built, and has long dreadlocks all the way to the middle of his back, mixed in there with tech dreadlocks that glow.
That's
and he's just very built. And right now he's half out of his zoot suit. So you see the suspenders with the nice dress pants, but a wife beater. And that's what, because he's like, I don't want to get the suit jacket dirty. Very well kept. He looks like he belongs at the Golden Tower and not a driver. Doesn't fit in.
All right. Who rolls up next?
think the Rook would probably roll up next.
Alright.
Not from this part of town, but always interested in a fun job where the information follows, and dressed a lot more inconspicuously. Standard white button-up, beige khaki pants, and suit jacket. Probably almost run into a keeper rounding the corner to arrive, as they would have walked. Won't say anything. We'll just post up next to keeper, lean sort of back against the building.
What's up? You Rook?
That's what they call me.
Ah. Alright, cool. And he relaxes. Like, he tenses up real quick because you almost ran into him, and now he's like, alright, cool. I'm your driver. Keeper.
Keeper. Boy. You drivers
ladies
just
like
get
to call
bigger
me.
and bigger every year.
Yeah. You know, it's not just driving anymore. I've been doing this job for a while. So, gotta be in shape and be ready to scrap when necessary.
Would not want to be on the receiving end of a scrap with you.
Ah. And he just leans back and he's like on his car and he's like, I'm too old for that to fight anymore. I'll just shoot you.
By the way, not a fan of being on the business end of a gun.
No, it is not. So
I
we're
think at that point,
Oh, yeah.
Kat's gonna show up. They're currently looking like probably about 5'6", pretty pale, brown hair, pretty not really distinguishable. Doesn't really stand out purposefully. Kind of like rumpled clothes, backpack slung over one shoulder. You know, if you two stand out anymore, people might think you're up to something.
This is conspicuous where I'm from.
Even if I was in regular clothing, I would stand out. It's alright.
Practically 6'8".
Yeah.
There we go. Sorry, I didn't hear like the last 30 seconds because Discord decided it was going to mute everyone.
Oh, I was just like, yeah, being as big as I am, I'm gonna stand out either way. So why not look good?
Good, you can be the decoy.
And you are?
I'm good at that.
I'm your tech person. You can call me Changeling.
Nah. All right. Cool. Keeper.
Rook.
So I guess at that point, I will probably roll up on my hover bike and definitely stand out. I have a short, spiky, bright pink mohawk, lots of piercings, leather accoutrements, and I would probably just stash my bike somewhere and kind of walk up.
Oh, there we go. Next to them, we might well be the belle of the ball.
I was like, she's got the right idea. Stand out, be loud, be proud. That's what we do out here.
You know, I can't help it. It's just work with what you got, you know?
Not exactly a loud job, this. Yeah?
It is what you
Hopefully
make
not.
of it.
So what are we doing? I just had a phone call saying that they had a job that paid a decent amount. So what are we doing again? Anybody really have any idea?
Could I have gathered information on this beforehand? On the buyer or client?
Yeah, you're not going to find much. I will tell you at least who it is. You have no clue. You just know through various peoples that you are all like who you know, whoever tapped you for this, right? That you do know whoever that is to you, and however, they didn't give you a ton of information on purpose, and it's less. I will tell you this: what you gathered is that it's not malicious, but that it's more for protection on your end. The less you know, the better you'll be. At least that's what they tell you.
This is a sensitive job. The less you know, the better. The less we know, the better.
So we're just gonna roll up to wherever this tech is, steal it, wherever it's at. Do we even know where it's at?
I imagine those are details that will be granted to us once we go inside.
Oh yeah. Probably do that.
And as you guys finish that, you see someone pop out of the front door. And by someone, really what you see is this cybernetic arm kind of reach out and just motion for you guys to come in, and leaves, and the arm retracts, and the door is left open, just slightly.
Rook will go in.
I'll follow behind Rook.
I'm gonna let the two of them go in first, wait a few beats to see if I hear any screaming or not.
I'll hang back as well.
Lucky for you, you guys go in and it just looks. I mean, Keeper, to you, this looks identical to what you knew and how it used to be, except for it's empty.
Dusty.
It's empty. There's, you kind of look around and there's, some mouse droppings. I mean, it looks like it hasn't been cleaned in a minute. It's as if someone hasn't been here in months at the very least. And, the floor is a little, it's got this thin layer of wet and grime, and it kind of gives you that mildewy mold smell. So as well as it looks like it is, it sure as heck does not smell, nor does it feel like it used to.
Oh, Vinny, man, this place has really gone down, man. I look at Rook. I was like, "Hey, you know they used to get a real good slice of pizza right here. Some of the best in Brooklyn, man. That damn corpos chased everybody out of town that was worth a damn."
Well, never trust a corpo to keep the culture alive, hey?
I don't know. Maybe when I get out of this life, maybe I'll buy this place if it's for sale. Start it back up. I always wanted to be a restaurant person. Gotta be optimistic. Just to let y'all know, he's almost like 40. He's old in this industry by this time, so he's really looking to be out. So he's like, always wanted to be a restaurant guy. So who knows?
I'll try to keep my mouth shut about the things I know about people who try to retire.
I know. I know. This will be my third time trying to retire. We'll see what happens.
I'm assuming Changeling and Ruka, correct? Is that how you say it, JD? Okay. Ruka have entered as well, following behind, because you hear nothing.
Yeah.
And you guys are all standing there, and you're kind of wondering. I mean, we just saw an arm tell you to come inside, but there's really, you don't see anyone. But motioning from the back, you see a rather tall, I would say, lanky male. And I know, JT, you are. Does anyone have ties to what I would say local groups that are unsavory?
You could say crime families, Holly. It's
okay.
I definitely play poker with a lot of mobsters.
Cool. Okay.
I think as long as
I mean,
they're
I'm-
not corpos, Cat's not super picky on who they work for.
Okay.
Same. Keeper would have probably connections with a lot of crime families because of being a delivery driver.
Okay. All right. Well, then I would say if you are relatively familiar, then you recognize this person as Mal the Fist. He is well known for being belligerent. He is a bully. And he likes that everyone knows that he's a bully. He essentially, I would say, Keeper, you probably know him pretty well. They are often hired to shake down people who owe the house, gamblers, people who cause problems, people who they don't pay their debts. Usually, the Fist is who gets hired. They are their reputation precedes them. They are tough as nails. They can hit. They can pack a punch. He does have a code, and you guys would be very aware of this. You know, Mal doesn't hurt kids or animals. But anyone else is fair game. If he doesn't like you, you're in trouble. And to maintain his reputation, you see him, and he's covered in bruises, and I mean covered. We've got a black eye, a busted lip, and this is his general appearance. Like, he typically looks like this at any given time. And you would also know him and know that he himself is a caper. And for the people who are watching, in this world, capers are people with superpowers, okay? There are 3 things that you can be. You can be just average and normal, or you can be exceptional, or you can be a caper. Exceptional people are a little, what I would say, a little more diverse and well-rounded as far as skills go. Capers typically lean into one skill set. And for Mal, that one skill set is beating the ever-loving crap out of people. And he looks at all of you guys and he's like, well, that's the best that they could give me, but all right.
Best there is, you mean?
I like that attitude. And he kind of looks over at Keeper and does a, well, nice to see you again, Keeper.
Nice to see you too. I already paid my debts this week. What are you doing here?
And he just smiles at you and he's like, that's not what this is about.
Alright, cool.
Says, so. He's like, so, my buddy Frankie Ritchie, he's missing. But he had created something that he was gonna release to the masses. And you know, the Scepter, they didn't like it. So now I'm giving you this opportunity. And he's like, I've been told that this stuff is serious. But I need you to bring it back to me. Can you do it? I'll give you the layout. I'll tell you everything I know.
Why don't we start with everything you know first, and then we'll decide if it's possible.
And he just gives like this like grin, not showing his teeth, and he's like, okay. I'll tell you what you want to know. It's on the 3rd floor in the Gold Tower. All I know is that it is a hard drive, and it is a program that Bugsy created. That's all I know.
Alright, 3rd floor. So it's not too far up.
just kind of in one of the most highly secure buildings in New York.
Well, I did hear that they were going to be moving. When tonight, I couldn't tell you. But they're taking it to New York. Once it's there, we're not getting it back.
So it's going to Manhattan?
Yeah.
Shit.
You have to get it back. He looks.
Oh, I'm
are your
game.
plans for it?
He looks over at Ruka and he's like, "Oh." Somebody started something on my Alexa. So sorry, guys. That was awesome. And he says, so they're leaving the Golden Tower. It's got to be intercepted before it hits the bridge. And he looks at Ruka and is like, "You're awful quiet."
Mel. Been a while. Just nervously shuffling cards. I don't owe any money. I'm good. Good.
So
Well,
what are your plans with this thing once we get it?
well, to do what my buddy Frankie wanted. Release it to the masses. I mean, it's supposed to be beneficial to all of us. You, me. Well, I mean, what more is there, right? I mean, doesn't it you'd stick it to the corpos. I mean, what else is there?
There's a lot of powerful family like yours can choose to do with this kind of thing. I'm making sure that I don't dirty my hands with the wrong sort.
I mean, fair enough, but I don't think anybody's clean in this city, especially this side of town.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but there's a little difference between blood and dirt on your hands.
I get no argument from me. And when he like full grins at you, and it's like a full teeth grin. I mean, we're missing some teeth like through it. Like, I mean, he looks happy. I mean, to hear he likes a good fight.
Um,
How's the
so, I mean, I'm in. The pay, if the pay's good enough. That's, if the pay,
I'm in.
Well, I mean, I can't say that you're making a bad choice because I don't think you are. He's like, "What about you?" And he looks at Rook.
How's the pay? Information like this ain't free.
Right. Right. No, it would it'd be a good amount. I mean, this is high profile, so I mean, I'm talking 2,000 each.
$1,000 each.
that'll work for me.
Let's fuck some
And
shit up.
you like see him like reach over on his arm and he goes and programs a few things and he's like we could do 25 each if that would get the ball moving because this is time sensitive.
Let's see why we can't go have a look around.
Yeah,
All right.
works. Yeah.
And when anybody here have cybernetics? Besides, obviously, Keeper has really awesome hair.
Yeah.
uh,
Uh,
what are you? What are yours?
the rook has cybernetic ears,
Whoa,
perfect hearing.
that's amazing. Okay,
Yeah, Changeling has a data core.
perfect. All right. He says, anybody got anything I can download this information into? No.
I mean,
I
if you
probably have something in my pocket. Hold on.
Changeling just kind of like holds out their wrist. I mean, as long as you got something I can plug this back into. Fortunately, I don't make enough to have those fun little school tops.
And he's goes to, and as he like takes his like cybernetic arm and the finger, he goes and it turns into, it separates and then becomes what it needs and slides into the space and sends you all the information you need. You guys receive a map. You receive essentially the best kind of information that you can get. So you've got it's a detail of 6 people. It is 2 vehicles. It is of course, it's a briefcase. It is, and it kind of just has a rundown of like the typical way in which they're going to go through from the Golden Tower to get to the Brooklyn Bridge and go from there. I mean, it's everything you need to be successful at this.
Okay, if this has like any viruses or trackers in it, someone is going to die and it won't be me.
He said, I would never. And he kind of just, he's like, but I will tell you, I would probably be unavailable in the midst of this. I can't really be connected
no.
to. Can't be connected to it. And he says, you guys have about an hour. You guys can stay here if you need.
And an hour before the move?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. This is short notice. And you know I don't like that. Okay.
Well, it's not like I really have a choice here. Like I really honestly I just need this done. I at this point I'm just taking who they could give me. And it seems like you guys have your shit together. And you guys would know this. Mal, his best friend was Frank Ritchie. But towards the end of it, people, were saying that Frank Ritchie had been bought by the Corpos, basically in the Gold Tower by Scepter, and so when he went missing, no one really cared, except for Mal. And he looks at you guys and he's like, you good then? I got some other things to do. I got some people to go see. And he kind of smiles at Keeper.
To beat him up. I'm good. How about y'all?
I'm good.
I don't think we should wait here for the hour.
And you guys, and that's fine. You guys would be pretty familiar. Not that far around the block is a little bodega. There, it's probably one of the more successful ones that have managed to stay going in all of this. And then, yeah, I mean, the world is your oyster. So,
Well, Keeper looks at Changeling, and he's like, so you're a hacker, right? That's what you do.
I mean, that's one of many skills. What are you interested in?
Well, do we want to try to hit this in the building, or do we want to wait for it to be out on the highway or on the move?
And they kind of look at the other two. I mean, if we get into the building, we know where the hard drive is. It's stationary. Of course, that means we're on the third floor of one of the most highly secured buildings in this side of the city. So we're going to have a lot more than, what was it, like 5-6 people in a car?
Hmm. Well, and you two, he points at the other one. He's like, "Hey, Holly, is this like they're going to Manhattan? Are they going across the Brooklyn Bridge? I'm guessing."
yeah, you got to stop it. That's why he was like, you have to
I
stop
guess
it
I gotta
because
stop
once
before.
it hits, yeah, because once it hits the bridge, that's it's GG. So.
Mm-hmm. Think you can get control of the security systems? I don't know if that works like that here. Like, but if we can like shut the lights down, cause all kinds of like traffic jams and mass panic, it would be easier for us to get to the vehicles.
I mean, if we plot a path and keep them to it, I might be able to take the grid down for a few minutes. You gotta realize if I try and take the entire city grid down, someone will notice. And they will come quicker than I can take that out.
That's fair. What about you two? Any other ideas? That's my idea, is to try to take the grid down. Isolate them at least.
Most of my skills involve gathering information before the heavy lifters do the heavy lifting. If I could get into the building or have a look around, we might have a better chance of following the cars afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a good idea.
Absolutely.
I mean, getting in's not that hard. Anyone know anyone that worked there? At least have a picture of them?
I might. Don't know.
Well, if
me
you're the
see.
information gatherer and you can get that information, we have a...
Oh, I can get you a picture, no problem. He pulls out a little Polaroid camera.
Cute.
It helps with the effect. People don't like it when manila envelopes with Polaroids of them show up at their doorstep.
Still, point stands. Get me a picture. Get me some information on them.
If you get us into the building, I will absolutely do that.
Oh. Is this building kind of like Gilded Age kind of stuff? Like it's over the top, ostentatious type kind of thing?
So, I would say, not in this particular area. The closer you get towards the Golden Tower, things kind of start to look better. But reality is that this is a place where, multiple families end up having to live together just to survive. Like this is not a place that, now like, the shipyard still exists and is in working order, but Coney Island is still there. The beach, is still a thing. But as far as But as far as like decor, no, this is like rundown, you know, mid
Well,
two
I'm
thousand,
talking
you
about
know,
like
like
the closer we get to the Golden Tower, right?
hmm
Would a person like me fit in and be a little bit easier for one of our people to get in if they show up in a nicer vehicle?
Yeah,
Like
no.
like
Okay, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. If it looks nice, like I mean, it people pay attention to it, but they don't, but
it fits, right? Like so
yes,
me showing
it
up in like a
belongs there.
nicer vehicle,
Yes.
it belongs there. All right, cool.
Mhm.
I could be your chauffeur and you can be like a high-end IT guy if she can if Changeling can get if you can get enough information to make him look like the IT guy, like a really high-end IT guy, I can be like the guy to get him in the building so he can get us more info. If that makes sense. Picking up what I'm putting down? I don't know.
You guys could drop me the area. I can have a look around and have a listen.
And if it goes pear shape, I'll be right there. And he kind of flexes. And you guys kind of see like this electric pulse kind of go through his body to show that he's a speedster. That
Oh,
though he's as bulky as he is, he has that power that makes him really fast. So it's not like he can't get somewhere quickly to help you out.
that is very convenient.
Looks like we all have our talents. So are we gonna get you to stake out Rook, or we just sitting around here?
You could come with. I don't see why not. Mostly inconspicuous. Compared to the flair of the Golden Tower, I don't think anybody's going to stand out too much.
Did you guys leave?
Yeah.
Okay. Who
Yeah.
who's first? In order, going
I mean,
out the door.
I think Rook's leading, listening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You open the door, Rook, and you slide out, and just as you are turn, and you guys are talking, and as you go, you actually bump into someone for real, not almost this time, for real, and and you look up, and in front of you is a woman with a brown bobbed haircut, and she's like, sorry, didn't expect anyone to be coming out of there. And you look at her, and she's like got a bag, just like a nice messenger bag hanging, and she's holding a computer in her hands, and she's like, I'm sorry about that. And she gathers herself, and she walks around and starts heading off.
Hmm. I think Rook could help her, like, pick up her stuff.
For sure. She's like, thank you so much. That place has been shut down for a minute. What exactly are you doing there?
Investors looking to reacquire it for the neighborhood, as it were.
Oh. Are you from this area?
Do I sound like I'm from this area, love?
And she just smiles at you, and she's like, all right, fair enough, fair enough. I'm working on a case here, and my name's Evelyn, and she like holds out her hand to you.
You can call me Rook.
Nice to meet you, Rook. And she like sees everybody else kind of shuffle out, and is like, hi, Evelyn. I ran into Brooke.
Fellow investors.
Oh. Wow, there's a lot of you. Well, I mean, I do have 7 assistants, so I guess that makes sense. It's a lot of work. Um, is there anybody that's from here? Anybody that knows anything about this area? I'm looking into it's a missing person. The name is, and she's like sitting there, and you can tell, and it's almost like her eye kind of starts like flashing, and like you see it like run across, and it's yes, that's it. Frank Ritchie. Is anybody know that name?
I think that we could all say we're relatively familiar with that name.
Everyone knows that name.
This seems to be what I run into, but does anybody really know anything about him? Like, where was he? Like, anybody at all? Like, no one can tell me where he was the night that he went missing, and no one can tell me when they saw him last.
Afraid that's not information that we have.
Okay. Well, and she goes and she... Yes?
Keeper, why are you looking for Frank? What's the big deal?
Well, he's missing, and that's what I do. And she's like, she tells you, she's like, Evelyn Davies, the investigator.
Oh, so of you?
Yes, yeah. And she kind of like smiles, like she's like, okay, good. Yeah, he's missing, right? It's been a minute, but no one can exactly tell me how long it's been.
A few weeks now, I think.
Yeah, roughly. Rumor mill is that the corpo snatched him up.
That seems to happen a lot.
Corpos
And
be
she,
corpos,
She's like blinking quite a few times. She's like, well, I mean, were any of you the last? Well, when was the last time any of you saw him? Were any of you the last to see him? I mean, if everybody knows him, surely somebody has seen him, right?
Holly.
Yes.
Is perception kind of like human perception in this game?
Yeah. Yes. Give me just a second. I can tell you exactly what that is. Yes.
Can I pull? I guess I got a 2 in it, so I pulled 2 cards, right? And can I get a read on her to see if she's corpo backed investigating or is like genuinely trying to find this person? Like, what's her vibe? Yeah, that's a good way of seeing it.
Yes. So in this game, there are no dice, right? I'm just telling this for everybody at home. You use a deck of cards. So when you do a trait check, yes, you can do perception, but then you also have abilities that are skills. And so traits have a number, and then your skills add 1. So if you have something like for you, if you, because I think you have sense, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you would do for your trait, it would be perception, but then you could add +1 for the sense skill. So you went from having 3 pulls if you wanted to 4. And so what you'll do is you'll flip your top card and just lay it on top of your deck, but you need to tell me what suit it is, what number it is, and what color it is.
Okay.
And I will go ahead and tell you your target score. This is relatively easy, so you need to do a 6 or greater.
A 6 or greater. Survey says, 7 of clubs.
Okay, give me just a second. Okay. And okay. Sorry, this is all like new to me too. So, okay. Um, what you said clubs? Yes, Casey.
Yeah,
Okay.
7 of clubs.
Okay, so you have success with a complication. However, because it is a black card, it's beyond a simple success. So I'm gonna it's just gonna be a success for this turn. But for all intents and purposes, you can tell that she's being truthful. She's genuinely trying to figure out, but you can tell she's a little bit frazzled. Almost as if she has been hitting, like, like she said, she has been hitting dead end after dead end after dead end. And you can hear that. You can tell that in the way that her body is moving and in the way that her voice is maybe a little trembly, like, and shaky, to the fact that she's just like, it's pure frustration. And she's like, I'm trying really hard to, like, do my job and, like, maintain this reputation. Because you do know, I mean, she does have a reputation. And if you know anyone in this town, you would have heard of her. Now, knowing her well probably is not something that you would know. But 1,000% she is telling you the truth.
So, for people who might be in the know about her, is she a cop or is she just like
She's
someone
actually a
trying to be
private.
good?
She's a private investigator. She is for hire, but she's like pretty popular. Like her caseload is pretty good, and it is relatively odd to see her out because she wasn't joking. She usually has like 7 assistants. Like it's usually her and a group of people doing the job, but she is completely by herself, which is very rare.
Why are you out all by yourself today?
Well, it's a lovely story. Just everybody got sick, like, at the same time. We're in a small office, can't really get away from each other. I just happened to get over it a little bit faster.
Well, in the interest of helping each other, well, I guess I don't know how you can help me yet, but happen to know someone who is rather close with Mr. Ritchie. If you would be interested in that information.
Yes, I absolutely would. I'm tired of dealing with missing people. Like, do you know how hard it is for this to be your job every day? To know that constantly people who have pretty much done nothing wrong or are just trying to survive are constantly going missing.
Absolutely. Rough world out there. I'll tell you what, why don't you go ahead and give me your number? I'll take a favor.
Okay.
I'll call it in eventually.
And she kind of smiles. She's like, I don't like it in her head. She's like, I don't normally do this, but she is reluctant. But she pulls out a really cool card, and this card, every time you touch it, it lights up, but it operates in the way of like a mood ring would. And you see on it, it says Evelyn Davies, PI for hire, and it has her number. And when you flip it over, there's an address on the back, and that's her office. And she's like, please get in touch with me. I would say somebody should be there tomorrow. Thank you for helping me with my things, but I do need to try and get down to the Brooklyn flea market.
On your way, start hunting down a man called the Fist. He was rather friendly with Mr. Ritchie. Might have more information than we do.
And you kind of like see like her eyes blink, and she's like, yes, okay, he was on my list. Okay, this is great, fantastic, thank you so much. thank you. And she like gathers her things in, and she's gone as quickly as she ran into you. You can tell she is like on a mission.
See,
Oh, I like that one. That was entertaining. At least she was telling the truth.
She was not being dishonest. You don't make business cards this complex if you're just a liar.
Yeah, and we've also
Or
just wasted some very precious time.
Really
That's
should
not
get
true.
moving.
We've put someone very valuable in our back pocket. She might come up later.
Keeper just gets into his car and starts it up. Shall we go?
Ooh, shotgun.
I guess we're in the back seat then.
Let's go.
All right. Yeah, I'll take him towards the Golden Tower. That's what, right? Just checking in with that. That's what we're gonna do.
Mhm.
Okay.
So
Oh,
yes.
go ahead. So,
No, go on.
sorry. I was gonna ask, like, so I was gonna ask Chinjun, like, so do I need, like, so what do we need? So what do you need to help him get into building?
I mean, for me to get into the building, all I need is a picture. If I can get any information off of them so I know what I need to do, that's it. If he wants to get into the building, that's his own job.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I don't actually want to go in. I'll have you do all the gathering. What we do after
Ruko?
that.
I'll go in. I mean, I'll stand out, but I'll go in.
Cool. All right. So we need a picture, and that's all you need. You're just gonna ride. I guess I can go in as well. Should I though? I probably shouldn't.
We'll lead you down here and ready to drive.
You need to be our getaway driver.
This is fair. And as he's driving, you see him reach back behind, and you guys see him pull out a small bag underneath the seat, and he pulls out a digital mask. He's like, Ruko, since I'm not going in, if you just want to make sure your face can't get on the cameras easily.
Oh, I have one, but thank you.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I was like, I saw that. I'm like, that's gonna be important as a player. I was like, I gotta need that. Do you want us just to snatch somebody, or just get a snap a picture? Because I have a smartphone. Actually,
I mean, I just need to see what they look like, to be honest. As long as it's someone that works there. Of course, if they have any importance, it'll make it harder.
Holly, is there like a bistro near this tower?
Yeah, I mean, there can be, absolutely.
Would tech bros and them hang out?
Yeah,
You know,
everybody's got to
yeah.
eat, right? And they eat better than everybody else. So, of course, they have a fancy little bistro. It is like something you would see. And as you get closer, you're within a block or two. And as you get closer, you see, the landscape starting to change. You can tell there's money here. There's, the streets are clean. There's not broken down cars. It looks like it's maintained. And as you roll up, you see this little bistro. It looks like it's straight out of France. there is smells of fresh baked bread. But everyone there is well dressed. They are augmented in some way. But it is it's getting evening time, so people are eating dinner, sitting and chilling, and it's pretty loud compared to the streets you were just on, especially outside that old pizzeria. It's not great.
So I think Keeper will pull up just shy of the bistro, like find how New York parking is. Try to find the closest parking. And he parks up and he kind of looks back at you, Rook. He's like, "You're the information guy, right?"
Correct.
Cool. You could probably get information for Changeling to help her get in the building. Picture, information on people, that kind of thing. I'm not really good at stealing that kind of shit.
Wow. It's a good thing we're not stealing anything.
ID card, badge, stuff like that. Probably good for her.
I mean, I can forge it if I have to.
Hell yeah. You and I should have been friends so
See?
much longer ago. I could have owned my shop by now.
One of your retirements might have stuck.
You know how expensive a small shop is in this city? If I could have just forged the
Yes.
paperwork.
Right. I'll go pop in, have a listen, see what I can't discern, and take an innocuous picture. And Rook will step out of the car, sort of dust off their jacket, and begin to walk to the bistro, and will turn on their ears and heighten their perception.
Ruka, what are you doing?
It's a great question. I am probably walking around the bistro, kind of nonchalantly, looking like a vagrant, asking for people for money, and seeing if I can glean any information and if there's anything lightweight that I can nick and stuck in my dimensional pocket.
You have a dimensional pocket. That's awesome.
I sure do.
Okay. And Rook, your goal here is to
Pick out an employee.
just pick out an employee. Okay. Right. It's evening. The sun is definitely on its way to being fully set at this point. But it's loud. I mean, and it's when I say it's so loud, like if you didn't have the ability, Rook, this would probably be difficult for you to delineate. However, you hear conversation after conversation, and people talking about, man, today was the longest day, and the people, especially on the edge with Ruka, doing her bit, they're like, they keep moving in, closer to town, and they were like, thank God for the Golden Tower. Like, these people are just entirely, like, from what you can tell, literally every single person here works for Scepter. However, I would say information-wise that Mal gave you guys, you would know that you would need somebody who would be higher up to get to this place, or at least to get in without concern with it becoming later hours. And so I'm going to have you do, what would you like? Would you like to do a perception? I know that you have that ability.
I'm a big fan of perception.
Okay. Yeah, okay. And so you'll have for your trait, and then you get to, if you have skills, which I know you do, so you have how many chances do
Uh,
success?
Perception, currently I have 4 chances.
Okay. And
And
then
then
just
sense and insight, I would argue. Maybe not insight. Sense for sure, though.
yes.
And then I don't know if my ears give me additional for having them, but
I do
think-
believe that they actually do. I want to
Oh,
say that
that's-
would make. I want to say that makes the most sense, at least narratively, to me.
Mhm.
So, I'm gonna say that yeah, you can have that too.
Okay.
So you'll flip your first card and tell me what you get. And this is going to be because there are a lot of people, and because they all sound the same, they all pretty much look the same. The only differentiating would be hair color, cybernetics, that type of thing. They're all dressed nice.
Mhm.
We'll say it is. Okay. So it's average. So you'll need like an 8 or
Okay.
higher.
Cool. Okay. The first pull is going to be 7 of spades, which I know is not a success.
Right. So you can flip another.
That'll be a jack of hearts. Guess I don't know what that is.
So that's okay. So that is definitely a success, and it is a normal success. So you don't get a boon with it, but you are absolutely able to do what you want to do without complication. But you can
Okay.
chance it and keep pulling if you want, because that's how this works. That's why you get so many chances with your cards and things like that. So if you wanted to keep going, you could.
I'll do one more.
You don't get to choose, just so you know. You lose your flip.
I know. 9 of diamonds.
Okay. Again, it's just a normal success.
Just a normal. Oh.
Yeah, it is.
How many more of those do I get? I
my-
got 3 pulls.
You had 3 and you had 6, so I do 6 at
I
least,
get
right?
3 more.
3 more.
I'm a gambler.
The greater the risk, the greater the reward.
True. How about Queen of Clubs? We feel like a Queen of Clubs?
That would be, so technically that equals a 12.
Okay.
But it would be a success with complication.
Oh, no. Complication.
Yep.
Okay, I'll do one more pull.
All right.
That'd be an 8 of spades.
Okay. That is a success with a boon.
With a boon.
Yes. And give me 1 second, because I do have to go over what that is. I've read it like 1,000 times.
Everyone should
But-
gamble. It always pays off.
I know. Obviously.
The house never wins.
Okay. So I will actually let you do this however you want narratively. But you successfully are able, and I will tell you what that sounds like and looks like for you. However, you get basically you get pretty much whatever you want here. Let's see.
I want to win,
want the-
Holly.
I know, right? Okay. Yeah, so what I'll do then, I will give you advantage on your next card pull.
Okay.
So that will
What does
just
advantage
add,
mean?
it just adds 1 more card chance for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to whatever you are able or wanting to do. However, you you're sitting there, some time goes by. You are trying to delineate which is which, and you're like, okay, I think I've got one. And you overhear a man and a woman talking, and she's like, I heard that they were doing a lot of stuff this evening. I am having to come in early tomorrow for whatever reason, and sometimes I really hate working on the third floor. It is exhausting. They change the rules every day, and the guy, he kind of goes back with her, and he's like, I know what you mean. This job, I'm so glad to have it, but I mean, this is stressful. Like, I can't imagine how you're feeling, and how do you take a picture?
If I may sort of rewind just a little bit, because I was previously unaware that Ruka would also be coming into the what do we say this was? What is this? A bistro?
The Golden Tower. The bistro. Yeah, we just gave it a generic name.
So
It is the trademark, the bistro.
Ruka,
TM.
if I understand your skill set, it's you're pretty okay with picking pockets and nabbing things. So I think Rook probably would have asked you, pay attention to who I'm going to take a picture of. You need to lift the ID off of that person.
Got it.
And then, pick up whatever money or wallets you can. I don't kill your time until I've picked them out. And once Rook has pinpointed the person they need, they'll just approach the table and be like, "Is it alright if I take a picture for the bistro social media?"
And the guy is like, come on, dude. And the girl's like, no, this is fine. Like, she's like, it'll be fine. And she like is like, she sits there all just like perfectly, and she's like, and she like, the smile fades for a second, and she's looking over at him, and she's like, please act like you're enjoying yourself, please. Like, I understand we're both stressed, but for the love. And she goes back to smiling.
And they'll take the picture, shake the Polaroid. You can check within the next couple of days. That should be going up. And names for the post if you want. Otherwise, not required.
Okay, yeah. This is She like rolls her eyes and is like, I'll let him talk for himself. But she's like, I'm Kate.
Absolute pleasure.
You too. You don't sound like you're from here. That's so weird. And she's like, we just
got a lot today.
She's like, she's like, can we just tell him your name, please? And he's like, it's Gavin.
Well, Gavin, Kate, thank you so much for dining with us today. I hope the experience is absolutely marvel. I'll be going now. Have a wonderful rest of your evening.
Thank you. And how and where do you go after doing this?
I think Rick just slips into the kitchen. We're in too deep.
Polaroid social media post.
Because it's totally normal.
Okay. She's
Holly. Okay, Holly.
I'm sorry.
So
Just
I have
slipping into
$100.
the kitchen. Okay.
I have $100 left over from buying gear.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just slip the chef 100? I just need to get out the back.
Do you say that as you hand the 100 to him?
Yeah.
Okay. And he's like, takes it from me and is like, go. And like gets back to what he's doing. He starts barking orders at people and just nothing. Didn't even now Ruka, we are going to turn to you. What does this look like? And what are your intentions and how are you going to do this?
I think my intentions are to probably nab her ID card or whatever I can from her pockets. That hopefully includes the ID card. So I think I'm probably like rambling about, asking for money, and
Mhm.
walk up to her table and probably like stumble so that I kind of fall into her, and I'm like, oh, so sorry, so sorry. At that time, I am reaching into her pockets and taking whatever I can grab, like the little grubs.
Okay. I would say she's still sitting, but do you run into her from behind or as you're just walking past?
I would say probably just walking past, and if I have to like fully fall onto her, just to maybe knock her down, so I
Okay.
can easily get to the pockets.
Okay. So this will be a challenging pull. Um what um what trait would you like to use? If there are any skills you would like to add, please go on.
I would very much like to use charisma and stealth, because that will
Okay.
give me 4.
Okay. All right. So you have to hit a 10 or higher.
Okay.
I will let me know what you pull for your first card. Yes. Okay. All right.
I'm good at what I do.
Is that good? I
You-
thought aces were ones.
I don't
No,
know.
in this one they are the highest.
What?
So they are 14. So
Aces
What
are
are the
high.
rules?
so great. All right. So what this I will tell you that is a success. But it does come with a complication. And I think you already, if you want to pull another card, you are more than welcome to. But you know where this is going. All right, Ruka, you successfully but when you do this, you're thinking, okay, I got this. Not only do you wipe it, you get this ID. You pull some other things out, and we'll go over what you get in a second. But you fall into her, and I mean that the chair she's sitting in, it falls over. She is like, lets out this, what the? And she's like, and the person she's with, Gavin, just starts laughing and does not get up to help her. Just laugh and is like, oh my god, like the food is all over you. The food is all over her. It was soup that night. She was eating soup, so it is a soupy mess. And she is like, oh, what in the fucking world have you done? Are you, oh my god, weren't you just trying to get money? Someone, and she's like, and she shoves you off, and you not only like you go, like you don't stop it. And she's like, this is the day that just never ends. And she's like, Gavin, you and she's like, I'm leaving. And she grabs like her things, which was just like a little bag and some things, and Gavin has just lost it. He is still rolling with laughter. And you recover. Where do you go and what do you do from here on out? How do you
the
leave?
first thing I'm gonna do is look at Gavin and ask him if he has $1. And I assume he's just gonna laugh at me. Then I'll just shrug.
He's like, he is cackling because he's like, this is just desserts, like perfectly for
gold.
her. Yeah, like, and and he's just like, no, but he shakes his head no, but is laughing, just nothing.
Excellent. In that case, I think I will just shrug and then just turn and back the way I came. I mean,
Yeah. So waiters are coming
Covered
to
in
like,
soup.
you know, serve. Servers are coming to like help clean up the mess. And they're like trying to stop her, like, "Are you okay?" Like, and she's like, "I've just never like," and and yeah, you get out pretty chill. No one really stops you, mostly because like she's leaving. She doesn't seem to be making big a fuss about it enough. Maybe her pride and ego are hurt a little bit, but other than that, relatively unscathed. So, I will let you know. You not only pulled ID, you pulled probably some what I would say is probably a cell phone. And it's like a nice one. Like you can tell this is real nice. And a set of keys.
She's not gonna get very far.
Yeah. Yeah, she's so
Oops.
it's fine. She doesn't need
Good.
keys.
Yeah, that's probably our problem.
Hopefully, she just has like a virtual wallet for Uber.
Right? That's what I was thinking. I was like, I know that credits and stuff definitely exist here, right? Like, so, you exit quite carefully and quite well. Where do you guys all meet up at? Back at the vehicle?
Yeah, they're just
Yeah,
back
probably.
at the car.
Okay. Keeper, you see walking towards you. Not only does Rook come out the back alley, just pops out as if it was a jack in the box. And then Rooka, she's coming this way and she's covered in food. I mean, like, just that you can't, yeah, you can't hide it.
He just pinches his nose and gets out of his car like, Ruka, darling, friend, hold on. And he pops the trunk and he's like, if you want, because I don't want to mess up your style, but if you want, I got an extra change of clothes and or a towel.
Oh, that's okay. I have this pocket. I keep clothes in. Okay. I'll just like change behind the car. Be fine.
Okay, I keep the trunk up to give you some kind of
Alright.
like.
Hope it wasn't special.
What kind of soup is it? You tell me, Ruka.
It's gazpacho.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's
Cold
cold.
soup.
Cold
You know,
soup.
Oh no.
cold soup.
And a New York night.
Ooh,
All
It
right.
smells great too.
the ocean is gazpacho.
um, and Rook, I assume you hand over
Yeah.
the super cool Polaroid.
Pulls the Polaroid out of the jacket pocket and passes it to
The
changing.
technology of yesteryear.
The woman in that
We have
photo is the one to be
technology.
impersonating.
Name? Or did we
Kate.
find that out?
I assume
I
the
would
rest
have
of
her
the name
phone
is
if
on
you
the
need
ID.
Ooh, perfect. Anything we have of hers? Hand
I
over
don't
like
know
the.
how much Ruka was able to pull, but
Yeah, I got a very fancy phone and her ID. You can
Not the keys.
these things. No, I'm gonna keep.
Keeping the keys.
them's my keys.
This is my apartment now. Look at me. Look at me. This
Exactly.
is my
I live
apartment now.
here. Okay, I think this is actually a great place to take our first and only break today. In this, and give everybody a chance to kind of refresh, refill their drink, take a bio break. But yeah, we will be back in about 10-ish minutes. So stick around. We're gonna see if she can hack into and do what she needs to do. See ya.
Bye.
Hey there, we're back. All right.
Hello.
For anyone joining us now or needs a recap, our team of capers are attempting to break into the Golden Tower, which is Spectre Industries headquarters. They have managed to successfully obtain ID. A person who works within the third floor, their face and their name. And I do believe that Changeling is going to attempt to do some hacking, some face changing. And they're gonna attempt to get to the third floor before the hard drive leaves. There we go. Words are hard today. But yes. And so Changeling.
Yes.
What does that look like for you? What happens? You now have the information you have needed. You have your picture, you have your name, you've got lucky and have an ID. What happens next?
Yeah, they just kind of look over this information, stick the ID, the phone into a pocket somewhere on their person. Okay, let's just get there. We'll worry about my part when we arrive.
Okay, you're only a couple blocks away, so are you guys going to drive, or are you going to walk the couple
And
blocks?
this is New York, right? We should probably walk.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're just
we-
gonna be right back here to park.
This spot won't be here.
Fair.
As soon as this car moves, it's gonna get taken. So
If this chick isn't important enough to have a valet service, then sure, fine.
There. She definitely was not.
um, then there's
Or is
probably
it?
a moment where like Changeling had been in like the back seat on their laptop looking across like backup plans to like if they do need to take out a whole bunch of like traffic lights and that sort of thing. They've been looking into getting into that, but they kind of stowed that away in their backpack. And as they like slide out of the car, there's like this frame of, for one moment there's Changeling, Cat, and then the next moment Kate is exiting the vehicle.
you can. I thought you were joking with that. You can do that in this game. That's
I was like, what is everybody's reactions to that?
learn something new every day. That's wild. Is it like? I guess Keeper's more fascinating. Is it like nanotech that made you do that, or are you a caper? Like, all right, like, how did that do that? How did you do that?
How did you do that?
Are you really that tossed by that? You seem like you'd seen it all.
I haven't ran into that a whole lot.
I mean, plenty of people can be mimics when they're good at
Yeah, it makes my job really hard.
it.
Well, that's how my third ex-wife did everything. As he just starts walking down the street.
All right.
Guess
The
we're all
streets-
following him.
Sure.
Y'all said walk. He's just gonna be like, we walk? Walk is on.
Are- Yeah, you guys are walking and you are talking. But the sun has started to be down, as in, you have just the tiniest glow of, those red and oranges, just at the tops of the buildings that you can see, especially when you are rounding the corner and you see in front of you, the golden tower, and but there's not a whole lot of people here. This area definitely clears out at the end of the day. The little hustle and bustle around within those first, I would say that 2-block parameter, or so, where people, if they need something, they can go get it. Accessibility for the rich, essentially. And then towards the end of the night, most things close down, board up, shut down, locked, and that's what you are witnessing here. A lot of the hustle and bustle has died down. It's significantly quieter. But yeah, you guys are within a block and you can see it. You can't miss it. You see it. It's a megacorp tower. You cannot miss it. High, and everyone knows that high in the gold tower is a research lab. This is you only ever hear thing like broadcasting, occasionally over things that it's like, oh, Scepter Industries, and it's like founding this and the newest technology, and it's all, you guys have all heard the spiels before. You know this. But this is Spectre headquarters. I mean, this is it. This is the megacorp of Brooklyn.
So, Ruko, I can't do this for anyone else, so what's your plan on getting in?
I was just gonna walk in, and hopefully nobody's around, and if they are, just charm my way past them. Then get where we need to go.
Hopefully that works.
Yes, go on.
As I say, Kat has probably been going through Kate's phone, trying to just kind of get any vibe of what kind of person she is. If there's, yeah.
She's exactly how she portrayed herself. You're seeing some pictures of like her and like, some friends. You see some pictures of her and Gavin. But it's nothing out of the ordinary. She is very much a worker bee, very much indoctrinated to Scepter's bullshit, essentially. She's like constantly like messaging coworkers, because that's really her life. Like she is younger, but she likes her job, even if it's stressful. That's her whole life. Pretty sad.
God, this kind of girl just... I'm going to have to take like 10 showers after this.
Holly,
Mhm.
is there a maintenance, like where the janitors,
Like an
where the
entrance?
janitors, yeah, where like the undesirables enter into the building, the cleaning people?
So I would say the people who are just another cog, they
Mhm.
do have a separate entrance. However, it is still on the front facing side, so you'll have an entrance. Then you have the tower, and everyone goes in through the same door, knowing that what they have in this building needs to be protected, knowing that Scepter does anything at all costs to protect their sterling reputation, but anyone who knows anything, which all of you do, know that Scepter is not innocent in anything they do. And so to maintain not only security purposes, everyone does come in through the same door. However, when you walk in, you'll have the foyer. However, there will be a hallway divergence on the left. That would most likely be that. And you guys would know at least what the foyer and the entrance would look like. Mostly because it's not that you aren't allowed to be there. It's that now it's after hours. There will be security. You know this for sure. And I mean, people have been here before. If you have done any wheelings and dealings, if you are in a crime family of any sort, you are familiar that, you know, Scepter can provide protections and can also help you if you help them. You guys are in the same business. They just hate everybody else.
Okay.
But yeah.
I'm now I gotta think because my original plan is not gonna work. At least I don't think it will anyway. To get me in the building, because I was gonna pose as like an elevator technician because I have mechanics
Nice.
as one of my skills. Is like the elevator on the like, hey.
I mean, you still
Elevator's
can.
out.
There's no. You can absolutely try it. So, are you guys? I know that you're. So I'll put you at like a block away. You can see it clearly. Are you out in the open? Are you trying to move undercover, quietly, stealthily? Like, what does this like? And then when you get inside, what are the goals? So obviously, it's to get to the 3rd floor. And how are you doing that? Is the goal just for Changeling to just walk in? And I'm assuming Ruka is going as well. What's Rook doing? There you go.
Would it be horribly inconspicuous for Rook to be just in the lobby of the building?
I would say probably not terribly inconspicuous, but I'm gonna make you pull for that for sure. It won't be difficult. It won't be challenging or anything like that. But you can absolutely attempt to do that without causing any issue.
Yeah, because I think at the very least Rook would want to be able to provide any necessary distractions for those two to get into the building officially, as well as listen out for any mention of if the drivers are down there, or listen for any other mention of the transport while they're doing their thing.
Gotcha.
If me being the getaway driver, I just have to think I could bring the car to where they're trying to exit and act like my vehicle broke down to stall. If we don't, if like you guys somehow miss it while in the building, we can at least stall. Does that work?
Yeah.
Are you sharing
Cool.
that as we
No.
walk?
Yeah, I think he would share that as like.
In that case, do we know what exit the other vehicles might be leaving out of? If it gets to that point.
So I would
Like the
say, right. So towards the back of the building, there are several what I would consider garage doors,
Mhm.
that type of like, entrance, exit. Because the reality is that if you have an asset of any type, do not put it on out in the open if you can help
Mhm.
it. So this is, also, things that are like tech or gear related, they got to get to them. This is like it's like I would consider like your shipping yard ish. I mean, it's
Okay.
on the smaller side. It's not that big though. We're talking like 2 or 3 doors tops.
Does it like exit out into like an alley or into like an actual street?
Yes, it is actually to the side of the building, and it does exit to what would be considered probably a private street. Like they probably have, yeah. I mean, it's not probably. It's definitely cameraed. It's definitely under wraps. It's their street. People don't go down it. People don't walk into it. People can. But
I
they
mean-
typically don't.
Yeah, so they're going to like have Keeper pull out his phone and okay, if we are going to trust the Fist's plans, they should be exiting and then they kind of like just scroll and then like tap right about here. So I mean, if your car just happens to break down right where they can't leave, it might give us some time.
Yeah. Yeah, I can make that. I can make it look good. I can make it look like it's a problem. Yeah. Holly, I guess I gotta roll mechanics to make it
Um,
a fake breakdown when we
Yes.
enact this.
So what I'm actually going to have you do, what that's gonna look like, okay, give me a second. We will come back to you.
Okay.
You're good, but okay, you guys, I do want to know how the three of you, are walking up to the main entrance.
You
Just
any
to
good
walk?
at acting, Ruka?
Very.
Great. Follow my lead, and as Kat is going to like just kind of like grab her hand as they like walk into the building. Okay, look, Ashley, I am telling you, I know I left my keys in here. They did like Gavin was being a freaking asshole and just kind of left me at the restaurant. So I have to have those to drive home. And B, I actually have to get into my house. So I'm not having the best evening, and you know that. And God. And they're like, she's just like doing this, like they walk past the security checkpoint and just like scans her badge. And I promise they like have to be in my office somewhere. If they're not, I am like going to cry, because that means like some weird person is going to be in my apartment at all time. Like it's going to be one of those creepy things you see on like social media where there's like someone living in your closet, and this is just going to continue
Okay.
far as we can get it.
Perfect. JT, what are you doing, bud?
The Rook is just gonna walk into the lobby, find a chair with like a newspaper or whatever passes for news in this city, or for reading, and is gonna sit in the chair, and is going to heighten their senses and watch and listen.
Perfect. Okay. So you come in, and because you are not trying to enter the building, you are just chilling what I would consider the foyer area. And there are definitely places to sit there. You know, people wait for rides all the time. And Ruka, what I would like to know what you're doing as Changeling is doing that.
I'm probably like just tapping her hand, like it's okay, Kate, it's okay. Find them. We'll find them.
Okay. When you guys walk in, it is pretty empty. Not entirely empty. There are people, some people milling around. There are people who are doing cleaning. But there are, at the very least, at the checkpoint in which you have reached, there are 2 security guards. I'm gonna have you guys wait just 1 second. Keeper, are you parking where Changeling told you to?
Absolutely.
Okay. I am going to have you, because, give me a second. I would say, right, but I'm just double checking here. Yes. Okay. So I will let you choose. You can either do charisma or expertise as your trait. You tell
I
me
would
which
like
one you want to.
I would like to do expertise because I have a 3 in that.
Okay, you are insanely smart. And uh, and then what skills would you like to add to that?
I want to add mechanics
Okay.
is one I know I took. I think that's the only one I took. I think I took everything else was like weapon based because I'm
Yeah.
basically the
So,
header. Yeah,
yeah, it's like vehicles. Okay.
yeah.
All right.
So I would like to use cover simple machines, small machines, devices, padlock, traffic lights, and bicycles.
Perfect. Okay. Um. So because this is a relatively watched street, it will be you have to do an 8 or better.
An 8
So it's
or
an
better.
average. Yeah, it's a target, an average target.
Zippity doo dah, zippity yay. Got a queen of diamonds. Thank you, Samara.
um, uh,
That's
okay, that is a success, but it is just a normal success. So you pull up, you what does that look like when you get out? How do you behave, and what do you do?
so. I think because this is like my oldest vehicle, and sometimes it gets temperamental, right? Um, and I think I'm able to do something to allow smoke, like a smoke of that's what I do. I got a smoke machine that I usually like make it come out the back of the car. I make it come out the side like it looks like I'm leaking coolant or something. And I get out and I'm in my suit, like my full suit, and I'm like, "Oh, come on! I had a hot date tonight." And I start pulling the suit off and like undo the suspenders, and I pop open the hood and just kind of look like, I'm out of the shop. I don't got my tools. Come on. And I'm just kind of like looking defeated. Like I have a long day. I was supposed to go on a date, and the car's smoking underneath. And so now I'm going to start trying to work on it while I'm in front of this door.
Okay. For now, you're very successful. You're able to do that. Nothing is really happening. And your car is successfully smoking, and you have convinced anyone that might be watching, and there are a few people walking by, that your car has broke down on you.
And just like, and he looks up, and he's like, I had to break down in one of the most secure spots. Great. And I'm going to the back, and I pull out a tool bag.
Okay.
What's in that tool bag will be answered if something happens.
Will be revealed in time. Okay. The three of you inside. I would. The two security guards. One looks at Kate and is like, "How you doing? Familiar face." You know,
Yeah. Not a good night, and my sister had to come with me. I'm so sorry.
Well, it is after hours. You know, we can't have her. She can just wait for you here. Like,
I mean, are you sure? Like, it's literally like, Gavin. He has been like a biggest fucking asshole. I am not like, if my keys are not in my office, I think he might have stolen them just to like pull a prank on me again. And this is like, I really just need support right now. If you want to be my support, like, like that is great. I'm so sorry. I'm like, it's been really stressful. You know all the shit that's been going on like the third
and
floor
he
this week.
says, "Kate, I understand. I do need you to make a pool. I would like you to do charisma. And you can add any skill that you would like, or ability that you have, like a boost or gear or perk or whatever."
I have
Just
both
tell me.
Deception and would insight be okay as well? Like I'm trying to just not really like I'm trying to like poke at possibly something he's not as comfortable with, like just dealing with like a very hysterical young woman.
Okay. Sure. So that would give you. So that would be 3 plus. How many do you have in your charisma?
Charisma is 2.
Okay, so you have 5 chances to pull a card. But while sympathetic to your plight, he already is, because you do have a rapport with him as Kate. This will be challenging, so you need a 10 or higher because it is a security risk.
My first one is a Jack of Clubs.
Okay, so that would be a success with a complication. You can pull another, but your Jack no longer exists.
I'm doing like the mental math right now. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
odds, because I can pull like 4 more, right?
Yeah.
I think I might just stick with the Jack right now.
Okay.
It's like a 1 in 10 chance that I pull anything better.
Sure. Okay. He is the only one talking to you. And like I said, you did see 2. However, he's like, okay, Kate. He's like, I will let you go. He's like, but my partner's, she's gonna have to go with you.
I mean, that's fine. It'll be fine. Ashley, like, it's okay, right? It's not like, I know, this is, I'm
Like,
already
I get
asking
it.
you.
It's after hours. You know, he's like, this is the only reason I'm letting you. He's like, Scepter does not really tolerate and he kind of like, it's almost as if he is like been threatened with violence before, and it's I can't. My partner just has to go with you, and I'm gonna put a timer on you. You have 10 minutes. I know. I know you can do it. I hope you find your keys. And he's like, Mary. And over saunters his partner. She's a shorter woman, very fit. She has long blonde braids. And she's like, what? And he's like, can you please take Kate to go look for her keys? Her sister is with her. You are escorting them. She's like, okay. And he's like, 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, if she doesn't find them, you have to bring them back. I have to see them both leave. She's like, roger that. And she's like, lead the way.
Of course. Oh my god, Mary, you were just like the absolute nicest person I've met today. Everyone, I swear, like, it was just like an absolute mess at the restaurant. And like, you know, like, you've heard all the shit going on the 3rd floor this week. It is so stressful, and I swear this is just my breaking point.
Over the intercom, outside the building and inside the building, you hear, Scepter Industries is closing. Fully, the building will be locked down and secured in 15 minutes. And so that means, just so you know, Keeper, you definitely hear that because you're within earshot. And Rook, you also hear that. And you make your way to, are you taking the stairs or the elevator?
I think we'll actually take the elevator.
Okay. It is easy to open the elevator. You can get inside, no issue. Ruka, I'm assuming you are following close behind. And as you do this, you look and you see the elevator itself has normal keys like an elevator. However, you go to hit the 3rd floor button and it's red and it says pass please.
And like the little badge pass. Like a scanner.
Yeah. It scans. No issue. The ID works. The doors close and you hear thank you, and it goes up and you guys are on the 3rd floor.
Mary, I know this might be too much to ask of you, and like it has been such a long night, and maybe I had just a little too much rosé at the restaurant. Like, could you and Ashley possibly grab me a water from the break room while I start looking for my keys? Because I know that she's not supposed to be alone, and we only have 10 minutes to do this. And I have no idea where they could be at. They could be in one of the 50 drawers I have, or I don't actually know.
Mary looks at you and is like, I'll stay. I'm gonna stay with you. And she's like, it's a secured floor. In her head, she's thinking, she looks at Ashley and is like, you can go to the break room and get some water for your sister. Now, if you would, yeah, if you would like, Changeling, I will essentially let you try to do a charisma pool again if you would like, if there's anything that you would like to add to that, as far as it's a trait check. So if you want to do a trait and then a skill, I will let you do that.
Just for Mary, or could I actually spend this on?
It's to actually convince Mary to actually leave you and go with her. Now, Ruka, if you would like to jump in as Ashley and do something, feel free to do something.
Yeah, I feel like this is not going well for Changeling, and I would like to just clobber Mary and knock her out.
Okay. Love it. All right. Give me a second here. Let me just pull something up. Okay. This is where I'm like, oh no. All right, combat. We gotta find it. I shouldn't have wrote that down.
This is a surprise attack, right?
Mm-hmm. Because Mary is just like, I'm just here to get paid. Please just hurry up. Okay. I'm not sure if I'm doing this right, but I think this is how it goes. If I do it incorrectly, sorry. Also, just to let everyone know, I do believe that it is starting to thunder at my house, so if my internet goes out, I apologize.
Okay, I'll pick up the slack, Holly.
Please, because there's a lot of it. Thanks, JT. I'm so glad you're here.
I should mean if your Wi-Fi goes out.
Right. Okay. So I think how this works is that you have to pull against me, but since it's a surprise tech, I can't pull. I have no cards to pull. So, what trait do you want to use? Are you wanting to knock her out? Hurt her?
I just want to incapacitate her.
Okay, cool. Yeah, what would you like to use? Agility or strength? Strength, okay. All right.
I also have fisticuffs. So
you do. So that can definitely be a skill that you can use. Okay. There we go. Yeah. Most definitely. Okay. So how many do you have in your strength then? There you are. You have 1 in strength. You're going to use fisticuffs. That leaves you with 2. Is there anything else that you are able to do, or a weapon that you have that you would like to use, if you have anything like that? Okay.
Oh,
all right.
My own dial.
So, Mary is strong. She is a hardy woman. And she, but because it's going to be an average, so you need to do an 8 or above in 2 pools. I will let you know, because it's not come up yet. Moxie does exist in this game, and Moxie allows you to add things. Everybody starts with 3. So, like if you have the PDF open by chance, you can go to page 31. Yes, and it will tell you the things that you can use Moxie for. So it would be an increase a card count, reduce damage, gain a boon, shape the narrative, which is pretty cool, take an extra trait action, recall a card, reshuffle your deck, or self-sacrifice, and then that tells you, it goes in depth. It tells you what all those things are. So totally up to you what you decide to do.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm just gonna draw and see what
Okay.
the cards say.
Sounds good.
All right, and this is just to knock her out.
This is just to knock her out.
Am I allowed to help at all? Oh, never mind.
Okay. Man, you guys this is like the smoothest sailing, like, attempt at anything. Like, you guys are like, it's fine. We are professionals.
We are
They hired
good at
the
what we
best.
do.
They hired the
was
best.
that right?
Did.
So it was a spade, correct? Was it a spade or a club?
It was the Ace of Spades.
Oh, all right, that's a good one. All right. So that is it is success with a boon. So not only do you knock poor Mary's ass out, and she is just like on the ground, like crumples over like a sack of potatoes, like had no idea what happened to her. What's a boon that you would like? Is there any? Would you like a?
Maybe
There's all kinds of
I
stuff.
rifle through her pockets and
Master
get like
key.
her access badge and
Nice.
whatever else she
Okay.
has on her.
Perfect. You absolutely can have the badge. So.
Fabulous.
Okay. So, you guys hear over the intercom as this scepter. Oh, sorry guys. Give me a second. Okay. Scepter technology. Closing in 10 minutes.
Right, well, that was disgusting. Okay. And Kat just kind of like pulls out their phone where they have uploaded everything. Okay, so looks like we need to get this thing from here.
Yeah. So, do you try to find Kate's office, or do you just pick any computer?
I mean, if we can get into Kate's office, it's fine.
Okay. You know what? You were able to find it, and here's why. You walk around. It's not far from the elevator, but it is a smaller office. It is private, however. But underneath it, it just says Administrative Assistant Kate Barlow.
Tracks. Have an admin vibes.
We need
Great.
her
Well,
keys to get in.
Everything is badge access here. This is Technology Town. Come on.
little flip.
All right, you slide into the office. We're gonna put a pause in that. Keeper, you are outside, and you not only are you giving the most Oscar-worthy performance of your life, you are you've had a few people actually stop and be like, hey, do you need some help? Are you okay? And you kind of shoo them away.
Yeah.
However, the time that you have been here, you have drawn some attention to yourself, and you see 3 security walking towards you, They do have weapons on them. They are heavily modified with cybernetics. And as time is going on, they you know they're walking towards you, and they're like,
Mhm.
hey, are you okay? You can't stay here. You've got to move.
All right. I look at him, I was like, and I kind of point at the kind of like, it's starting to peter off because I only have so much smoke supply to obscure the cops. I'll be like, does it look like I'm trying to stay here? And he points at his mechanic bag as he slowly had been pulling out tools and trying to look like he's working.
Mhm.
He's like, I ain't trying to stay in front of here. I got a date with a pretty young lady at the other side of town. You think I want to be in front of your gaudy building? Get out of here. I'm almost done.
And they like really don't know what to say to that because they're like, people don't usually talk to us like that. Like they're like,
We are from Brooklyn. We don't
right. And they're like, do you need us to help you like push it? We do need this. We need this street not blocked. Like we've got stuff coming in tonight that we've got to take care of. And actually, as this person says that, you see pull up trying to turn into the road that you have successfully blocked R2. All black suburban. Yeah, right. Very generic looking, and they are like, the windows don't move, like nothing, but you hear a on the horn.
I look back at there and with the hood up still in the car, I was like, I'm working here. Look, pal, give me 5-10 minutes. I'll give me 5-10 minutes. I'll get up at y'all's problem. I think I found where the coolant leak is at. I just need to patch it. Got my trusty duct tape. I pulled duct tape out. I was like, just give me a little bit of time and I'll get up at your way. Okay? That's all I'm asking.
And okay, I'm gonna need you to do a charisma
Yeah.
check
I figured.
plus. Yeah.
I'm glad I got 2 in there.
For sure. And
so
because the 2 cars that are coming here are already here, this is going to be hard. So you're gonna need a 12. I'm sorry, bud. I know.
Alright. Cards, Heart of the cards! Because I don't have anything extra. Ooh, I got a queen! Thank you, Tally. Queen of Hearts.
All right. It is the Queen of Hearts, so it is a normal success. And then they go. You see the guy kind of like put his finger and he's like, you hear him mumble something. And the 2 cars that had pulled up drive on, and he says, you have 3 minutes. If in 3 minutes he's like, that has not gone and moved out of our way, I will remove you and that car. He's just mad because you have complicated everything for him in this moment, and he's like fumbling over his words, but you could tell he is pissed. And as soon as this happens, he says that to you. Y'all hear, and Rook inside, you hear code 301, code 301, and all of a sudden all of the lights inside turn red. You, because of your hearing, you simultaneously hear all of the doors next to you sitting in the foyer are now locked, and you hear the code 301. And outside, Keeper, the guy who is upset with you, says 3 minutes, and him and his team turn and tuck and turn to run towards the building. And at this point, Rook, yep, go on.
I was gonna say the office. Thank you, officer. I appreciate you, asshole. And he goes back underneath the car.
And now I will tell you this as well. Keeper, you do see the lighting change. There's a lot. There are, it's outside as well, and the alarm is also outside.
I text because I have I think I put a smartphone. I just text Rook like everything okay? Question mark.
Start a group chat.
I'm
Oh yeah, got that group chat going.
group
Just
chat. Yeah.
eh.
Um, and Rook, you also start to hear a lot of shouting, like, "Hey, you just hear like orders being given, directives being told, like." And next thing you know, you have 3 security officers walking towards you, and they're like, "Hey, you have to leave. You have to leave. You have to go find." And they try to grab you to pull you into another room. They're like, "We have to take you somewhere safe. You are in danger."
Feeling danger. Hands off the merchandise, please.
And they are going to attempt to grab you. What are you going to let them
Oh,
or not?
boy. I don't know if you know this, but Rook is not built for combat.
Does it have to be combat?
Yeah, but I really don't want to go with them.
Have to talk it out.
Or step away. I mean, you can try to be like, no, like.
Yeah, I mean, they'll just try to back off at first. I'm good.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
And now there are 2 trying to grab at you, and I'm going to need you to absolutely make an agility trait check. Sorry,
No,
bud.
that's not fair. You can't ask me to do that. Yeah. All right, sure. I'll pull one.
And you
What's the
do
worst
have
that can happen?
you have 3 moxie, just so you know. You can add 1 to it if you would like.
What's my difficulty here? What am I shooting for?
So because there are 2 of them, I'm gonna put you now at average, so it's an 8.
An 8. Okay. Well, pull number 1 was the 5 of spades.
Oh,
so
good.
I'm gonna spend a moxie to tack a pull on there and see if I can't do a little better.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Ace of spades is a marked improvement, isn't it?
Wow. Okay, guys, if everyone could just stop pulling the ace of spades, that'd be great.
I'm on a virtual deck. I can control that.
Okay. So that's a success with the boon. I do not think that you used your advantage either. So you still have that as far as I'm aware. Because you didn't tell me that you did it, right? No. So you still have it's okay. You still have your advantage, but what this looks like is not only actually, I'm gonna have you describe what this actually looks like, because I'm gonna let you also choose what your boon is for this one, because it's not just a success; it's a success with a boon.
Okay. Rook is not particularly agile. I think that they personally would just consider themselves to be lucky. And so when they attempt to slip away from the guards, it is not because the guards were going to miss. It is because they tripped on accident on their way and sort of tripped and fell into each other, which is going to give Rook the necessary boon they need to sprint away to some other aspect of the building that is available to them.
This company hires the worst guards.
Hey, it's Scooby-Doo up in here. But okay, fantastic. You are able to. That is exactly what happens then. And they are tripped. The third one, however, does not attempt to grab you. He goes to help his friends up and then turns to pursue you. Which direction do you go? Do you go in the direction in which Changeling and Ruka went, or do you go in a different direction?
I assume that Changeling would have shared the maps with us.
Yeah.
For sure.
Is there a way to the garage from here, where these cars would be leaving from? That
Absolutely. Because it would need to be ground or lower floor, you are in the best position for that. But you look on the map, and you knew this going in, that you absolutely can access it. There is a stairwell next to the elevator that would be a maintenance stairwell. This is to get to the ground, to the garage, the underground garage or ground floor, without needing to walk through the bigger entrance, all of that. This is like the way maintenance would get to where they needed to go quickly. And so yeah, you would know that stairwell exists.
yeah.
Okay.
As they're sort of running, is it possible for them to just sort of swipe a badge off of like the front desk clerk or something? Just so if they need to get into the maintenance area.
So because you were successful, I will have let you to do your little one arm hop over them as they fall, and as you do that, you reach down and swipe one of them, one of their badges. It's just a badge. You're hoping and praying that this is going to be the one, and it works, and I am going to let it succeed. You are able to get into the stairwell, no issue.
Mm-hmm.
But you are being pursued. But yes, so you upstairs with Changeling and Ruka. Y'all see the lights go down. You hear the code being called. You hear the alarm going off, and you have just stepped inside Kate's office. And you keep hearing code 301. Code 301. What do you guys do?
Is it logical that we would know what code 301 is?
Probably not.
Okay.
You can attempt. Maybe you can find something.
If it involves having to actually look for something that we don't have enough time.
I think Changeling probably just needs to do what she needs to do to
Yeah,
get
Changeling
what we need
is
to get.
going to get computer access. At the same time, they're going to toss Kate's badge to Ruka. Okay. I'm going to figure out where you need to go. You're going to get in there and grab it. Keep your phone on.
Got it.
And you get to Kate's computer, and you tell me what does this look like? What do you do when you are hacking? What does this look like?
They pull out a very high-end laptop from their bag that they were using previously. Probably a few different connector cables. One going into the computer itself, another going into their wrist, where they have uploaded all of this information earlier into their data core. And they've also probably got they pull out a much smaller little toolkit to kind of pop open the tower to Kate's computer to actually get access to the motherboard and everything directly. And we're also going to pretend that Alice knows more about hacking than they do.
Perfect. It's perfect. You could have literally told me something that was off the wall, and I would have believed you because I don't know anything about hacking either. Okay. So you are set up. You set up exactly how you want. No issue whatsoever. Do you connect yourself, or do you connect the computer to Kate's hard drive?
It looks like data core to laptop to computer. And I would say there's probably a pretty beefy firewall on that laptop to keep anything from coming through to like their actual data core.
Absolutely. Okay. I'm going to have you do an expertise trait check. And what skills would you like to add to that?
Expertise. I'm also going to use electronic.
Okay.
Insight, if possible. So I
Can you tell me how that would work for you?
I'm double checking insight to make sure.
You're good.
Actually, trying to roll through this PDF file.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Sorry, this is a very slow roll trying to get to the right page.
It's okay. I can tell you what page it's on, if that will help you. It's on page
please.
24, and reading it, it says insight involves perceiving others' intentions in addition to their strengths and weaknesses. So I'm going to say no. All right, so electronics, and how many do you have in your expertise? Okay. And because this, even with badge access, you have to bypass not only firewalls, passwords, it's like triple, double encrypted. Like, this is like super security. I mean, right?
Yeah, two-factor authorization, the whole 9 yards. Oh,
Yes.
I also have her phone.
But because you have the phone, you have the ID and the badges, and the security guard is still technically currently knocked out at this point, I am going to drop it down to hard, not incredible. And you will need to do a 12 or better. And how many times? So you can do it, what, 6, 7?
I think so. This is the Joker, though.
What color? And this matters.
I don't know what the difference is on these because it's both red and black.
Okay. I can help you with that. Is there a trademark symbol on there? And there, can you show it to me or tell me?
Yeah, it's a virtual deck. So let me.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. No worries. I'll pull up.
Here's my Jack from the first time. Yeah, it's both like red and black. I don't want to like go through all of these cards to see what the difference is.
No, don't do that. That's okay. Okay, so the way that it is written, I actually, as much as I don't want to give you this, I would look at that and say that is your Black Joker, which makes it is an automatic success. With another boon added. So not only yes, Changeling is sitting there, and it is like, it's like breathing for you. You do this so perfectly. Go on.
Would this mean that if I have succeeded at something difficult without any complications?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I get another Roxy.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. But yeah, it's like breathing for you. You sit down and it is like you just clickety clack clack clack, them keyboard keys go go go, and you're like, of course your password was password. like oh, that's the best you've got.
Has it on like a sticky note underneath her keyboard.
1,000%. Like, this is like, you're like doing all these things, and it's just like you get exactly what you need. And as your boon, when you have got into her computer's mainframe and the hard drive, right, an alert is popping up that's like code 301, code 301, and underneath it in smaller letters it says asset escaped, asset escaped. Just blinking over and over, and it's like code 301, and you're like, okay. And you are able to not only locate the exact location of said program that has been created, you get a name, and it says Project Mecca, and you're like, okay, Project Mecca. It just keeps coming. Do you open the file that tells you anything about it? Like, because right now you know where the hard drive is that you need. You know the name. You know what is going on. What code 301 is. Do you attempt to open?
I'm just gonna download this zip file.
Good. Okay. Perfect. You do this successfully. Is it downloaded to you?
It's downloaded to the computer at the moment.
Okay.
The laptop.
Okay.
Because Kat is not really sure what's going to be on it, and they don't want that in their body if there is like something going on with it.
For sure. All right. It gets onto your computer, and nothing happens. It seems relatively easy. That's it. All right. Outside. Keeper. You you see the lights go down. Do you continue to work on your car after being told by Rook that everything was meh?
I will, and I'll be like, okay. And where's the SUVs at?
Your 3 minutes is not up. I would say you are getting close to that 3 minutes being up. However,
Yep.
any security guard that you had in front of you or was watching you is no longer there.
Cool. Where's the SUVs? Are they in the building or?
No,
are they
have
like
not
parked
come.
on the...
No, they are like what I would consider wasting time. They're driving around the block a few times.
Okay, so I'm gonna put my hood down,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I just whisper, "I'm sorry, baby," to the car, and I get in the car. I start it, and as soon as that first SUV shows up around the block again, I'm throwing it in reverse and backing up as hard as I can to wreck the first SUV to try to get in a way that it stops it.
Okay.
Because when he went I'm like, all right, so it's gone pear-shaped.
It's the net.
Like,
all right.
Yeah, they stand each other.
It's gone sideways.
Perfect. Okay. I would say your time goes by. And sure enough, here come the two black Suburbans around the corner. They are making their trek towards you. I am going to need you. I would say expertise for this one, probably. It makes the most sense. And what other skills would you like to add?
Okay, so where's it at? Is drive?
So vehicles would probably work, so that would be
Yeah,
a skill for
vehicles.
sure.
And I don't know, my virtue is reliable. You're always there when the chips are down, and I feel like I'm there for my team because I'm about to try to take out 12 individuals with one hit. I'm gonna keep backup from us showing up in the building to give them the best chance to get out.
Totally. Okay. Yeah.
So what is that? 5 pulls? All right, where am I?
Because you are only one vehicle and it is 2 vehicles and they aren't going fast, but you are trying to gather the speed enough to do enough damage, right? It will be hard. So you need a 12 or better, but you have 5 times that you could try.
You're gonna use all 5 times, trust me. Heart of the cards. Come on, Yugi's grandpa. 5 of diamonds.
Okay, that is a fail for sure.
Yep, we're gonna just keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
6 of diamonds.
Oh no!
Keep
All
it
right.
moving. That's 2. 6 of spades.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
Brittany,
All right.
you need to
That's
shuffle that
3.
deck.
I'm begging you.
Holly's
Please
just
don't
like,
be.
finally someone's
more.
failing.
Finally, I know. I'm like, thank
4,
God.
4 diamonds. All right. So I got
You
one
got
more.
one more.
Oh, Joker.
What color is it?
I colored it. I colored it in with the black. Like you can't really see it, but I used my pen
Got
to
it.
difference it to make it
Got
black.
it. That's right, because that. Okay. Wow, guys. Dang it, I was so close.
Oh, I was like, oh, it hurt.
Okay. All right. No, I was kidding. So, what does this look like? Keeper, tell me what it looks like. It's an
All right.
automatic success with a boon. I will
So you
add your
just.
boon.
I think this is the first time anybody who could possibly hears this car actually roar because he's been putting it around town, and it's hellishly loud as he just dumps the clutch in the reverse. White smoke coming back, and I'm aiming my bumper square into the radiator of this Suburban,
Mhm.
and trying to keep us enough momentum to bash the other car behind it as well. So both of them are damaged and out of commission. And then I'm hoping that, and tell me this is too much, I could start driving the way, but with the added caveat of me sticking out of my head. And I was like, sorry, she has a mind of her own sometime as I just drive away.
Okay. So, I will allow you. So, you do that.
Yep.
You are full speed, hitting that clutch. You're backwards. You're going. You ram into these two SUVs, and it is like the first one. Airbags deploy. Like this is a full like the amount of force that it takes to do that with running back like a car going backwards to hit. You do it. Not only that, at this point, because airbags have deployed, they can't hit the brakes. They're not doing anything.
Mhm.
First SUV hits into that second one as hard as possible. Glass goes everywhere. You hear the crunch um, of metal and the grills and plastic pieces. I mean, just stuff is. You hear like the crack of glass, and you're able to do that. And you are able to push them back actually quite a bit. Um, However, you said you were going forward, yes?
Yeah,
Or were you
that
gonna
was.
keep?
I'm.
Okay, you're
I'm not
able
gonna
to
go.
throw it.
There's
It's
people
fine.
there.
She is not like it. Your card is not happy.
Yeah,
But
I
you are
figured.
able to put it into gear, and you go on. But something has happened, and
Mhm.
you cannot get any higher than like third gear. But you're going.
That's good enough. That's good enough. I sent the
Uh,
text message to the group. Car will be 2 blocks down, and I'll make my way back.
Okay. Brooke, what are you doing? Getting down that little stairwell, huh? All right.
Yeah.
Okay, you get to it. You find it. It's relatively easy. It's just one flight of stairs. You get there. You use the badge. The door opens. You open the door, and there are 10 bodies that are about not bodies like dead ones. 10 people. There we go. 10 people. um, who look like security guards. There's 10 of them in this room. All of them have their weapons drawn, not at the door, just on ready. And as you walk in, you're on the lip, and you're relatively quiet opening the door. Like no one's paid attention to an opening door, but it's the click when it hits back and closes. Everyone turns and looks at you.
This isn't the bathroom.
Um, I'm gonna need you to make charisma.
Oh,
You said oh, or they said sorry. I'm so sorry.
you're
They
right.
said.
I don't suppose you'll let me add diplomacy to this.
I actually will.
Oh my goodness, beautiful.
Um,
That's gonna be
But
Ooh.
it's challenging, so you need a 10 or more because you're
Great.
not engaged with them. They aren't hostile towards you. They're just surprised that you're there.
Okay. So that's gonna be 3 pulls for me. The first is a 6 of hearts.
Mm-mm.
The second is going to be an ace of diamonds, and if I remember correctly, diamonds are with complications.
Nope, normal.
Oh, diamonds are normal. Okay.
Normal.
I've had them
So
all
that's
wrong.
so you that is a 14 normal success.
I will take a normal success. I
Well,
know
you
when to
don't want to
quit.
gamble that. Okay. And you hear one guy over comms is like a civilian inside the building garage, like trying to see if there's any like talking to someone on the other end, and they're like it's upstairs, the bathroom, and two start walking towards you, and they are going to open the door and escort you back to and as they go to grab you, they say, actually, it's probably best that you just stay here.
Oh, okay, sure.
Um,
I'm not. I mean, I really need to go to the bathroom, so if I have to go back upstairs, I will.
no, it's actually, I think and like he like holds his hand up to his comm and is like, no, sorry, you have to stay here now. And
Can I listen into who he's talking to?
absolutely, yeah. You hear on the other, you hear a female voice, and it's no one can leave. He has to stay. They can't leave. They have to do what they're told. It is a matter of safety and security. Out. And you hear Roger. And that's when he tells you, you can't leave. You have to stay. And they push the door as like you grabbed the handle and pushed it to keep it shut, and slide their foot between you and the door so the door can't be opened. It's a matter of safety. We'll get you to the restroom when we can. They are like fully convinced that you are totally supposed to be here. They don't think anything of it. They're more concerned about. And you hear code 301 once again over the intercom. Code 301 emergency.
Okay. Alright. I really don't want to get my hands dirty right now, but I will. Okay? I need to go. Anywhere. Pick a place. Really.
And he's like, in the corner over there is just fine.
Right. Yeah, not what I meant.
Oh. How do you want to convince him, or do you?
It feels weird to backpedal on this bit now.
Nope.
Is your character going to use the bathroom?
Is it right for me to get violent right now? How rapidly are we about to start? I guess I don't know where they're at.
Code 301. And the alarm is still going in the back.
What's that mean?
Tensions are very high.
301.
And he kind of looks at you and is like, let me see your badge.
I show him the badge I stole.
This is job training 101. Your security? Why
I'm
are
new.
you dressed like that?
You know, I was just about to watch the orientation film when this alarm went off.
I'm gonna need you to make a charisma.
Cool.
Night orientation for the night guard.
What's my difficulty here?
Okay. I will say it's challenging. So it's a 10.
Okay. My first
And-
pull was a 9 of hearts.
So close. You do have advantage and you do have Moxie.
Okay. Advantage will put me up 1 card. The second pull is a 6 of spades, which is not better. I
Did you
to
have
go with
any
the third pull?
Okay.
Well, I guess I could tack diplomacy on there again if
I
you'll
was
let
gonna-
me.
I will. I won't say
Okay.
that you're being honest and forthright, but you are definitely trying to be diplomatic.
Okay. King of spades. Pull number 4 with diplomacy. After advantage is spent.
Okay. The king is man.
The house always wins. It's me.
We're just now the house. Welcome to our game, Holly.
I'm taking the name.
I have a villain point. I will use it.
Do it.
All right. No, this one you get. You get a success with a boon somehow. So, he's like, the security guard is like, rough night to be showing up, and he's like, you'll learn this, obviously, and here's your boon. He tells you exactly what code 301 is, and he's like, an asset has escaped, and it is the highest priority and safety alert.
Oh. You know, I think I was supposed to be the one on duty guarding that after my orientation was done.
Oh. You should probably just hang out in the stairwell. And he's like, and you don't even have to try this time around. You hear he's important. Let it go. And they let you leave, no issue. Thanks, Kian. Now I have 2. And you're allowed to leave. Rook, where you going in? You go, yeah, somehow you have weaseled your way.
This is going to stop working for me eventually.
Absolutely, it is going to catch up.
But give horses in their mouths. If I were an escaped asset, where would I go?
Right.
This may be pushing the ability of my ears
Okay.
so far. But when paired with my superpowered perception, could I push that to listen to the building?
Okay, I will allow you to do that. However, there is a limit. I'm going to. The limit would be the floor you are on, the floor above you, and the floor below you.
Okay.
Upstairs.
How high does this staircase go?
It's relatively the whole building. It's maintenance access. So it's an access hall. It's an access stairwell.
RS, it was going to be on the 3rd floor, so I think I'm just going to use the maintenance access. I'm going to stay in the maintenance area for now. I'm going to go to the 3rd floor and I'm going to listen to those respective floors. So 2, 3, and 4. If I'm understanding you correctly.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you can do that, no issue. You use they give you the badge back because they were like, he needs it to get where he needs to go eventually. Yeah, you. All right, now up on the 3rd floor, we have Changeling and Ruka. What? We love Changeling. Changeling, what do you do with the information you were just given?
They text Ruka and tell her where to find the hard drive. And they
Right.
probably start the process of putting back everything where they found it.
Code 301. Still over the intercom and the alarm's still going. Ruka, what are you doing, Fran? So you know.
I think
Where do
I
you
think
go
now
from
that
the
I,
office?
now that I know where the hard drive is being kept, I'm probably gonna make my way through the hallways to wherever that place is, so I can get into that room to collect our broom.
Okay. You were able to find the room. You were able to use the badge. You're able to get in. Hardly any issue at all. I would. I don't know if I would like for you to make a perception check.
Okay.
And you hear. You're trying to hear or notice things. Okay. So if you have anything that would go with that, please feel free to add that.
No, not really.
Okay. All right, so you have 2 chances. It is average. You need to do an 8. Oh, God dang it! Fine. All right, you. Don't worry, it's coming. It's coming, guys. You are. You get inside. You locate the hard drive. You're like, wow, that's weird.
Too easy.
It's not like it's not locked in. It's not locked up. It's not locked in. Not anything. And you pick it up, and when you do, you hear basically what would sound like, you know, when you are like trying to be quiet and you hit something, like, or those papers fall, okay? Like, this is the moment that you are having. You hear papers fall off of a desk in this room, and there's only one desk, and you're like, I don't see anyone. But you know you heard it. You know you did. And do you walk towards the sound or do you stay put?
I think I would immediately climb into my pocket, which would allow me to just be, invisible, so I can see what's going on around me, but no one can see me or perceive what I'm saying or doing.
Okay. Can you hear while you're in that? That's something I should probably.
Yes,
Okay.
I can.
Reaction. It's a special. Okay, cool. I will allow it. You're able to do this, and you're watching, and it feels like forever. It's not. It's maybe 30 seconds. When who or what realizes that you are gone, in any way, they don't care how you're gone. They just know that you are gone. Still, you see nothing, but you see the door open, and the door shuts.
Fantastic.
Code 301. Code 301. Imminent lockdown. Imminent lockdown.
I think I'm gonna follow our mysterious stranger.
All right. I'm gonna let you do that without any issue. You follow as these doors like shut, close. You see like You know, when you walk by something and you walk by fast enough, that breeze moves things. You're noticing that this everything's is pointing to an actual something is moving and walking and traveling. You fall and you see them lead you back to right in front of the elevator where old Mary, the security officer's body, is just chilling because she is knocked out cold still. It was like an ultimate success. Good job. But you see this body move. You see parts of it. You're like, they're looking for something. And they're like turning pockets inside out, flipping up like pockets on the vest. And you hear and you see the button depress on the elevator. The doors open. See nothing go inside. What do you do?
I'm gonna toss Mary's badge out of my pocket onto the ground. Our mysterious guest can see it. So I think that's what they were looking for.
That's absolutely what they were looking for. Toss it to them into the elevator, or tossing it to them as they were looking?
Probably as they were looking, just like on the ground. Inconspicuous, like clearly it fell off of her when she got knocked out.
Mm-hmm. They see as whatever this is looks back, it sees the badge. You see the badge seemingly float, come back in, doors close. What are you guys doing now? On the 3rd floor. Lockdown.
I think I'm
imminent.
gonna text Changeling and tell her that we need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, no, at that point, like, they are leaving the office. Like, very carefully making sure.
Are you taking the
doesn't-
elevator or the stairs? When you guys get, because you're able to exit, no issue. You pack up all your gear. It's as if you were a ghost.
Can we go to the maintenance stairs?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, let's head towards the maintenance stairs.
Okay. You guys are, get to the door. You open it. As you open it, you see before you Rook.
Hello.
Sup?
all right, time to get out of here. We have what we need. Let's not draw
With
any.
the hard drive.
I have the hard drive. And actually, I can get us out of here real easy if you guys just want to climb in the pocket with me. We can just boogie.
Such an abuse of power.
Excuse me.
Listen, I didn't
Climbing
make
what?
the rules, okay? It's my pocket.
Makes sense. Don't
Oh, right,
make
you
the
guys can't see it. I have an invisible pocket. I can carry up to 6 allies. You guys can come with me. We can talk. It'll be fine. Might hear our footsteps.
I mean, Kate is supposed to like leave at some point.
I mean, we knocked Mary
No.
out. I don't think we need to worry about our cover.
Code 301. Imminent lockdown in 2 minutes.
Yeah, sorry. Just give me one
Yeah,
moment.
let's
I need to. Something extra missing. I don't know what it is.
Oh yeah, there's code 301, some sort of asset.
Some
on
sort
the
of
loose.
asset is escaped. And I did a lot of lying that I didn't mean to do on my way up here. So
Boo-hoo. Let's
Yeah,
no,
I did see
let's
an
talk and
invisible
walk.
person.
Code
Hmm.
301. Lockdown imminent.
oh, fine. Only because every time I move into a new room, I get one step closer to having to use violence, and I don't really care for it.
So great.
I guess we just all hop in the pocket and start like potato sack jumping down the hall.
I mean, we could, it's an extra dimensional space. We don't have to hop, but I mean, if you want to, feel free. Yeah, and we can just make our way down the hallway and discuss the invisible person that I gave an access key to, because I felt like it.
I mean, to be fair, if it's something they don't want to get out.
1 minute.
Exactly.
I have a theory, if you will. Indulge me for a moment. Frank Ritchie disappeared along with the very tech that he was starting to develop. Someone associated with the Fist, who is ostensibly exceptional, if not a caper. Might dare say our dear old Frank is undercover, let's say. Well, undercover of being completely invisible.
I had that
So,
thought.
If you've helped him escape, then it's a great service. Otherwise, well, it might just be an extra thing that doesn't matter. In which case,
I love
I mean,
so
I did
that is
find
your character's
some,
whole thing.
I did find some extra files while I was looking through things, and who knows, maybe once we actually get out of here and I can take a look at them in a slightly more secured position, might give us some information.
Imminent lockdown in 45 seconds.
You know, we've been
How long
going.
is this hallway?
Right.
Jesus.
Okay, good. All right, you guys get down to. Are you going garage? You going trying to go out front door? Like, what's the exit plan?
Let's
the
go to
garage had like
garage.
10 guys in it.
How many did the front door have again?
It had none, but the door was locked. All
Yeah.
doors are currently locked.
But it's a fancy building. Isn't it glass doors?
There is glass, absolutely.
I mean, do
A
we want to
minute.
fight our way out or make a little bit of noise?
I mean, I could try lying to them again.
I don't care. You fuck shit up.
I mean, I have a car. It is glass. Glass can break.
I mean, you already messed up the back. What the hell's the front?
I was like,
Yeah,
it's
You're like 2
already
blocks away.
bar.
balance it out.
Yeah, at this point, we have called Keeper and gotten him in on this group.
We do plan. Like
We don't know where we're going.
everybody's thumbs are moving so fast. All right, so is that the plan? Keeper's gonna try and ram the glass. All right. You guys get to the first floor. As you exit this, do you stay inside first? You get outside of the door of the maintenance stairwell. You see nothing. There's not a security guard, not the ones that fell and like bonked themselves. Like they're not there. Nothing. It is eerily quiet.
Well,
But you see nothing. Yeah, you see nothing
Bob.
besides all you hear is the meh, meh in the background. But there's not another sound. There's nothing.
Alright, hold on, let me focus for a minute. I'm gonna extend my hearing now.
Okay. As soon as you do that, you do hear the elevator shaft moving.
Someone's coming down the elevator.
Probably Frank.
As soon as you hear ding, the door's open. There's no one inside.
Do I hear footsteps?
I'm going to make you make it.
Okay.
4 invisible people in one room.
Everybody hanging out. Who's gonna show themselves first?
Invisibly hanging out.
Maybe Frank gets out first and leaves the door open for us.
Tax sense onto that, yeah?
Absolutely.
Wonderful. What's my difficulty?
Ooh, because it's average. It's an 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's just gonna be a 9 of diamonds.
Okay. It's a normal success. You do hear footsteps. They're relatively what you would consider somebody who hears very well. Exceptionally, in fact. These are pretty. It seems light on the feet. It is, but it is footsteps, and they are walking towards the front door. You will get a direction, so that is the direction they are moving.
They've exited the elevator and are moving towards the front door. Perhaps pertinent to tell Keeper not to run into the front door with his car.
And what's this asset to you?
For the window, go for the window.
Okay. Do we want to wait to see if dude opens the door? Can he open?
I say
No.
let him try.
All right. Cool. And with that, you hear, you guys can show yourself. And it's not even a yell. It's just a calm talk. I know there's 3 of you.
I'm out of the.
Yeah. Rook also slides out of the pocket.
I guess we're just all out of the pocket now. It's all out of pocket.
Your pocket is so stuffy. Why is it so warm in there?
There's no ventilation. It's a pocket.
I used a villain point for that. So just to be, I have 1 left. And well, you guys are visible. This person still is not. But they do talk to you. It's like, yeah, guys. So, well, wait. What are you guys doing here?
It's it to you.
And you say this, and before you stands Frank Ritchie. At least in the way that you remember him, if you knew what he looked like. And he's like, Frank Ritchie.
Oh, excellent. You're a very hot button topic today.
What does that mean?
Lots of people are looking for you.
And he kind of lifts out the shoulders like, you don't say.
Well, we have a vested interest in keeping you safe and returning you to your friend. So if you'd be so kind as to accompany us so that we might procure our payment.
He said, what friends of mine? What friend?
A gentleman called the Fist.
Now, always knew he was a good egg. Tough one, at least.
It's also a pseudo journalist of some kind hunting for you as well.
Huh. Well, that's neat. What? Do you guys know what the date is? Throw out one, guys. Everyone's like, time's irrelevant here.
I don't keep track of the date.
We don't have dates here. This is virtual reality.
I think it's a Wednesday. I don't know.
Huh.
Wednesday, my dudes.
Wow. I was just wondering how long I've been in there.
Been missing for a few weeks.
You guys, you tried to leave yet? The doors are locked.
No, yeah, we knew the doors were going to be
We
locked.
figured.
At
yeah.
that time, could there just be like a honk? The car comes barely.
What's that
I'm
look
just
like,
wait-
Keeper? What's that look like?
So I'm told not to smash through the door, so I'm coming in and I aim for the like giant plate. We've seen these like got all these plate glass windows to show off the foyer, and I'm up onto the sidewalk and I hit the e-brake to try to slide the side of the car through so I can make as big of a gap as possible. And I'm
Right.
gonna use expertise and my driving skill set.
Okay, vehicle's good.
And how does Moxie work? So I could dictate a scene, right?
Yes. Let me pull that up really quickly. Give me just 2 seconds. Yes. There it is. So to shape the narrative, you can modify the GM's description of a scene or situation in a minor way, provided the GM approves. Example that they give is you might find a coveted piece of gear or gain unexpected assistance from an NPC.
Okay.
So yes, go right ahead. You can use Moxie, but I do want you to do first I would like you to do your pulls. And because you are relatively good at this shouldn't be too difficult for you. It's going to be I'll let it's an average. So it's an 8.
Average. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How does an ace of diamonds sound like?
Yo!
What am I doing here? Okay.
You're weaving us a
Showing off.
phenomenal story that we are blasting to pieces.
That's right.
Destroying. All right, great. Okay. Yes.
Showing off how good this game is.
Right.
I don't want my car to be undrivable. I will still
Okay.
burn a Mox.
Okay, cool. That is
I just
you know what?
Yeah.
Narratively, you were correct. I was gonna mess your shit up real bad. Like, so that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. So what happens is,
Okay.
describe the scene. Go for it, buddy.
So he comes in and then he just slams his car sideways, looking like we really in Fast and the Furious right now. And he gets up with his digital mask of an Oni mask, and he's like, and he just slams the hood. Let's go. I'm sure there's at least 12 of them looking for me, because you guys can clearly see the rear of his car has been completely obliterated.
Oh, man, what happened to you?
Don't worry about it. Let's go.
You guys care if I get a ride?
I don't recall giving you a choice in not coming with us.
Well, I'm not going with you to see my friend. I just need to get out of here.
Yeah, no, we're going to your friend. So, take your pick.
In the car.
All right. Look, a man knows when he's in the corner. Backed into a corner I go. And Frankie gives you no issues. Gets in the car.
The politest person is now taking a hostage.
Said, no, you will not. Like,
No.
I love it. Okay. Perfect. What happens now?
I'm driving away as quickly as possible right through the window that I came through and not giving people on the sidewalk. I'm full menace now.
Okay. Perfect. Everyone loads in. Everyone's in the car, including good old Frank Ritchie. And, as you pull away, not only do your tires spin for a minute, they go. You hear some screeching. As you pull out, turn, do your little 3-point, and you go. The bumper falls off. What was left of it? Some pieces fall off behind, but you guys are several blocks away, and nothing's going on. You guys get where are you guys going now? Back to the pizzeria? Oh, we lost you. No, Casey.
No.
Can I?
No. Hey, Casey, you're breaking up pretty bad, bud.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold
That's okay.
on.
You're
There
good.
you
I
are.
think you're better now.
Okay. Is
Discord.
there?
Discord.
Come on.
There you are. You're good. You're better now.
So well. All right, cool. Before it screws up again, I'm gonna say,
Good.
is there a garage close to the pizzeria? Yeah, that I can get to. I don't want to necessarily go to the pizzeria. I want to get my car out of sight.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say
Is
probably across the street is what's left of an older garage. Most of this town has been shut down, bought up, purchased.
Yeah, I'll pull up in there, get out before anyone else, and just slam the door down. And he just does one of these against the trunk of what's left of the car. Like, holy shit!
Uh, during the drive, Kat is going to pull out their laptop, take it entirely offline, and start looking into those files.
Okay. Um, no worries. You are able to get in. No issue. You are. I mean, like I said, you got everything you needed. And on those files, it talks about you're seeing, repeated words, things like the capturing of a ghost, a spirit, an essence. You're not really sure. You see some things mentioning, which these are pretty, the essence, the spirit, a little weird. You see a number of things. It's like Scepter AI, rendering. You find coding. You see, you find some videos. And do you open one of those videos?
Yeah.
Um, the one that you open, what you see, I'm assuming Rook is listening.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Rook is
He's-
always listening.
yeah, always listening. um, you you see basically in this video, you see Frank Ritchie hooked up to a machine. He is being restrained against his will, and you hear him like talking, and he's like bartering with them, guys, hey, just please, and please just let me go, like this isn't really worth this, like it's not worth, like come on. And is Frank sitting next to you? Who has who has Frank with them?
Rook, grab shotgun again.
Yeah.
No,
Are we
Rook is more interested in Frank than sitting shotgun, I think.
Rooka? Where did you sit, my friend? Up front? Did you get in the front?
Yeah, I think I got shotgun.
Okay.
But I guess Frank's in the middle between.
In between the two of you. Love this. All right. And you hear as you're watching this video, you notice that electrical pulses start going, and it actually turns a little what I would consider gruesome. You're seeing things like electrodes and electricity. You're seeing parts of his arm being opened up, and implants happening. It looks like cybernetics, but a little more barbaric, and you've not ever seen these kinds of cybernetics. You know, even with the superfluous amount of money that can be given into cybernetics, you've not seen anything like this. Um, but when you look over at Frank, he looks completely like reskinned, just normal. There's nothing mechanical about him. And he obviously sitting next to you and in between the two of you says to you, Changeling, yeah, that was a rough day. uh, yeah. And when he says yeah, if anyone is there anyone who would like to make a perception check here, please do.
Me.
Me.
Perception, sense. Would lie detector or emotion sense boost help with this?
Absolutely.
Okie
So how many pulls can you have?
dokie. 4 for perception, +1 for sense, and then do you think lie detector or emotion?
Either
Probably better.
one. They'll both give you different information though, what you detect. So that's up
Okay.
to you.
I'm gonna do lie detector, I think.
Okay.
So that's
All
gonna
right.
put me up to 6.
Cool. This is incredible. This is yep.
No.
Sorry. Sorry,
No.
friend. This is you have to get a 14 or higher. So it has to be an ace. Sorry. This has got a
Alright,
good
let
chance.
me
You've only used one, right? Or two?
hold on, I'm sifting through my pile. That's 1 ace, 2 ace. Okay, alright, I've used 2 of my aces, so
Now, I will remind you, you do have Moxie. Moxie allows you to do some things. So,
like what, for example?
like what? Hold on, let me bring it right back up for you. It is. Oh, I found you. You can use Moxie to shape the narrative, gain a boon, regardless of if you're successful or not. You can reduce damage, or you can increase your card count. You can reshuffle your deck.
Okay. I'm gonna spend a moxie to do 7 pulls.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you gotta get a 14.
Come on, Ace.
Hmm.
Pull number 1 is a 4 of diamonds. Pull number 2 is a 5 of hearts. Pull number 3 is a jack of spades. Pull number 4 is a 7 of clubs. Pull number 5 is a 10 of clubs. Pull number 6 is the ace of hearts.
Yeah.
Ah, baby.
When you get like a
Um,
1 in 8 chance, I think, or
I
something
can
like that.
right.
I can never lose at gambling. Everybody should be gambling like me.
I'll take Jeet to Vegas.
No joke. Okay. So it's just a normal success. Um, you want to know if he is lying, correct? That's what you chose,
Uh,
sense of lying.
yes. When the perception is successful, I know when the target is lying until the start of my next turn.
Cool. Yeah, he's definitely lying to you. 1,000%.
Uh, no explanation, no reason. Into the coat pocket, a 6-shooter comes out.
Wow. I thought we were friends. I thought I was my money. And he's like, it's when he says that, he does say it twice. It's almost as if, like, words are harder at this point. Um, it's as if the facade is dropping a little.
Right, yeah. I don't know if you know what I do, but in my line of work, people who lie, they get shot. All right. So I'll give you about 20 seconds to explain. I really don't want to put your brains all over my friend, so I would prefer if you just out with it.
All right then. Uh, so, um, realistically, I wasn't missing. I volunteered. Um, they and the accent fades, and you hear they call me Patient 7. And for all intents and purposes, this is Frank Ritchie's body. This looks just like Frank Ritchie.
This
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Frank Ritchie's dead then?
Well, no. Kind of just looks and smiles and is like, still there.
So, who were you before you volunteered then?
Called me Benjamin Siegel.
That name mean anything to anyone?
Does that name mean anything to me? An
It would
information broker?
absolutely mean something to you. Um, Benjamin Bugsy Siegel. He was essentially a gangster dealer in goods and the collector of fine things. Um, massive uh, powerhouse when it came to that, but he's been dead for ages, like decades.
That shouldn't be possible.
Yeah, but it is. And he smiles is like so creepy. The smile that just gives you this feeling of unease. And he looks at you and says, "There's a lot of things that shouldn't be possible." And as he's saying this to you, you are feeling cold. The coldness that you feel is slowly traveling essentially, and this is not just you. This is Changeling as well. Because you're both in the back seat with Bugsy. And the cold that you feel is no longer just a feeling. You visualize it, and it is, you see shadows wrapping around your hand. Now, this is not to hurt you. It's not painful. It's just cold. And for you, Changeling, it is wrapping around both of your hands on the computer. And he says, "Well, now you see there's no point in me going back to my friend."
No, not really. In fact, I'm starting to think that maybe $2,500 was not enough money for technology like this. Don't you agree?
I mean, I'm not out here doing charity work, and I'm not entirely sure what they think how we're going to believe they're going to be putting this stuff out to public.
The shadows are starting to fill up the sides of like the back of the vehicle, and you guys are almost to your destination
Okay.
at this time.
Benji, can you knock that off, please? Not
No.
helping anyone.
Keeper, would you like to make enough money to permanently retire?
Sounds like a plan to me.
Do you know somewhere we can go and hide with this?
Yeah, I got a place. I would like to retcon. I'm not going back to that place. I'm going to my actual home. That's on the outside of. It's
Going
like,
to
yeah,
my actual home.
we're going to my actual house, which is down by the docks, and it's a little like garage type area.
Perfect. No worries. You absolutely can go there. You have no
It-
issue. However, I'm going to use a villain point. And what happens narratively for all of you is you have almost without any complications broken to a megacorp. You guys have successfully retrieved some highly sought after tech and hard drive. And he says, "Do you guys know what's in that hard drive?"
Have we got a
I-
Scooby Doo, mate?
Based on context clues, it's either what's making Project Mecha run, or it's someone else.
Well, not far. You're not right. You're not entirely wrong. He grabs Changeling's arm, but it's not his hands. It's Shadow. And this Shadow has absolutely been winding itself around you. And it rolls up and around your arms. It snakes around your body, making its way towards your head. And he says, "Let me go. You can keep the tech. I want to live my life."
Sorry, my Discord has hearing wise, so I'm having to read the captions.
You're okay.
There we are. Discord just I swear it will sometimes drop for me with sound. But just to make sure I did read that right, Bugsy is trying to is
Oh no, we lost you. Can't hear you at all.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. But just to like make sure I heard that I read that right. Bugsy is trying to like keep Changeling in place, or
He is on the threat of violence. He doesn't care that a gun is pointed at his head. He does not. Not ideal. If he could live, he'd like to, but he wants freedom more than he and it's not just like hold you in place, it's the threat of violence to you.
Keeper, pull over the car, would you? Can't have our friend here seeing our new location.
Fair enough. And he pulls the car over.
Now,
So, Benji, I'm going to be honest. I met these people today. They're not going to care if I die. But either two of us die, or you tell us what actually is going on with this thing.
And he looks at you and goes, "Oh, Frankie, he's still in here. What you hold is the technology to do this to other people." Imagine a world full of others like me. And when he says that, he puts his hand out. It looks identical to a human hand. And it begins to separate and expand and cybernetics, and it is a fully functional, fully skinned cybernetic body part. And you recognize this. Tendrils come out and it's looking like, HDMI cords and all of those things, and said all of this is in there.
Figuratively. We let you out here. What are you going to do?
Live my life.
We're going to find this tech on the street in like 6 months.
Yeah, why would I want more people like me? Can't be the biggest and baddest wolf. All the wolves are even.
So, are the shadows you and the invisibilities Frankie's, or?
Oh, no, that's all me.
Okay.
You would recognize that the invisibility would be tech. That's something you would absolutely know, all of you. But you would recognize that the shadows are not.
Good to know. Okay, well, are you using squabbling and fighting? Let him loose on the city. A nightmare for corpos either way, eh? We've got all the information we need.
I appreciate your diplomacy.
It's not diplomacy. You'll come knocking again someday, and I'll be ready.
May I leave?
Yeah, Rook will step out of the car, keep the gun leveled on him just to make sure that he doesn't try anything with Changeling.
And you get a good look at this person now, and they are in the blue grippy socks. They're in full patient gear, like medical hospital stuff, and they hands up. The shadows dissipate. Temperatures returning to normal for everyone, and keeps walking with hands up, facing you guys. And as that happens, the body turns, but the head stays facing you guys, and he walks away.
Does a little spin of their gun and puts it back in their coat pocket. We'll sit back down in the vehicle.
I don't think anyone needs this technology.
Agreed.
Don't go getting
Not
moral on
something-
me now, the both of you.
Not morals. Think about it. You want your dead grandma coming back to life in your girlfriend's body?
You guys
Think
don't
about-
see the clear business opportunity here? That's what I meant when I
getting
asked if you
paid-
wanted to permanently retire.
Getting
We
paid
could sell this.
$2,500.
$2,500 is nothing.
Exactly.
We could buy back the neighborhood with the kind of money we would get selling this procedure to people.
Sure, buy back the neighborhood now. 6 months. Everyone's walking around in someone else's body. All those corpos dead from centuries, decades past. Suddenly, they're in you, in me.
Ronald Reagan. Ugh. All right.
Because a mob family is gonna get their hands on it, but how long until it gets right back to the top of that building?
Yes, but maybe next time it'll be our building. You're not thinking long term here. We have in our hands maybe the most valuable piece of technology ever developed. And we have the power to use it. And we could help people with this. Real people who aren't wearing suits every day. We could give them their homes back. If you want to get moral about this, we're the best people on the planet to possibly have this technology. Because we care about things like that pizzeria. If we give this back to Mao, if we give it back to any gang, do you know what they're going to do with it? They're going to resurrect people like Bugsy, and they're going to continue to terrorize the streets like they do every day.
Exactly. Which is why I am saying we set this under a car wheel and destroy it. And
It's
I
not
don't have
helping anybody.
Exactly. I don't have any moral compunctions over any of this shit.
Well, clearly you do. At the very least, you're getting $2,500 out of it. You have some moral compunction here. At least take it the rest of the way.
Or we can give it to the reporter.
Holly, question. Do I still have this in my pocket? Did I give it? I didn't give it to anybody, right? I still have it. Hard drive?
Oh, no, because... Oh, yeah, that's correct. Yeah, because you only looked at files. That's correct, Changeling. Okay, yep, Ruka, you are correct.
So really, it's up to me what happens to it. Because you guys don't have it. I do. Climb into my pocket. You guys can't see me anymore.
Yeah, but we know you're there.
But you don't know where I'm going.
If this is too far, let me know. I'm a speedster.
Gonna
I
emerge
react.
out of my pocket with a hard drive. You're not gonna know whether it's the right one or not. In fact, I have two. I give one to each of you. With him which will.
Oh, this is just silly.
Listen, anarchy becomes us all.
That's not true. Anarchy doesn't become anyone. We live in an ordered world, a world where information reigns supreme, and we have the most.
We?
Yeah, and they're gonna come right after you.
Let them come. Let them try. Let them see and find me.
Hey, Holly. I know this is real quick. Where'd the Bugsy go? Like, can I still see him?
No.
Oh, so he's gone.
Yeah. He watched y'all as he backed up. The moment that he realized or noticed none of you were paying attention, it was like engage invisibility cloak all over again.
I figured as soon as he was out of sight.
I regret that. I was gonna say, I was like, while they were squabbling, I take out my sword and I was gonna decapitate Bugsy. I was like, he cannot be alive. Can't let him leave.
Bugsy must die.
He can't live. Somebody like
that would be a 2-for-1. Nice.
Yeah, unfortunately. Okay. Hey, look, y'all. You know what? I'm out. And the car's yours. Whichever one of y'all move this morality battle, just send me my money. And because he's like, I've been at this for far too long. I'm not trying to change the world. I kind of agree with Changeling here. I feel what you're feeling. We have the power. But if the one thing I've learned in my 40 years of living on this wretched planet is that absolute power corrupts absolutely, and that is too much power to be had. But it's not my decision to make. All I care about is sleeping and eating. And there'll be more jobs. I know what I'm not going to do is stay in New York. I have enough for that. So,
You finish that sentence and y'all get a little beep on your phones. And it just says, thank you.
I
who
take
has
like
my
you're
number?
welcome with a smiley face.
Polite as ever. And
What's up, Buck?
that's right. That's right. What's up, Bugsy? And that is where we're going to end the story.
Rough.
Yeah. Oh, yes. That was awesome. That was great,
That was
guys.
fun.
You were fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean that.
Yay.
But we will go around, let everyone do their own outros and say goodbye. Let them tell you when and where you can find them, possibly again later this week. And yeah, we will start with random choice. Casey, you, my friend. Tell everybody where they can find you one more time and what you're doing.
Yeah. So you guys can find me. Hi again, Casey. Played our driver in Blue Wannabe. Keeper. You can find me over at HSC, playing games over there or on the servers under the name DTP78 or the Granny Bane. There's a story there. And if not there, you can find me at TikTok. On TikTok at Tabletop Trucker or Truckin. Other than that, you can just find me floating around on the Instagrams, Tabletop Trucker 78 on Instagram, and not this week, but next week I think we will be playing Cyberpunk, not Cyberpunk, my Mass Effect game on the 22nd, where we are going to hold a Burning Man Vorcha type scenario. It's gonna be wild.
That sounds awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we'll go with Ruka, JD.
Hi. I'm JD. You can find me as JD Lane pretty much everywhere. This is my first stream ever. This is a lot of fun.
Oh.
And I should be back here on the 30th, and I'm stoked.
Crazy, the last two times that I have GM'd, I've had people who have never played before. What? That's crazy.
Job.
Yeah. Yay. Thank
Yeah,
you.
absolutely banner performance.
Yes.
Oh, soft paws.
Awesome. Okay, we're gonna then go to Alice.
Hey guys, I'm Alice. You can find me everywhere online at Hellion Heart, which is where, Twitter, Alice Hart for Blue Sky. Find me around so many Discords. Tomorrow night I will be playing one of the sisters on Bluebeard's Bride over on Girls Run These Worlds. That is one of the anthology series that is going to be going on for a few more weeks on Mondays. On Fridays, you can find me playing Quell's Kitchen over on Exquisite Corpse Presents. It is a Ready Set Bake show inspired by Hell's Kitchen. Few more things coming up though, because we don't have a set date. I don't know when. And then most regularly, you can find me on the podcast I produce, edit, and play on. It's an actual Play Monster of the Week podcast called Welcome to Reddington. Our next episode will be releasing this Friday. Got it.
Okay, awesome. All right. Jeet?
Me? Wow. Okay. Hi, I'm JT. I'm a semi-regular here on Lost Caravan. You can find me in the server. You can find me on Twitter at WeebJeet, on Blue Sky, also at WeebJeet, if you can believe it. And this Wednesday, you can find me on High Shelf Collective running a game that I am calling the Beacons of Farlight. We are doing a Beacons. It is an early access game that is very similar to Lancer. It is going to be a lot of fun, and the cast are all very cool, and I like them a lot. On Thursday, I will be on Guild Superior playing Lord of the Rings with Blair of High Shelf Collective, who Holly knows very well. And that is going to be a lot of fun. On Friday, I'll be on Live from the Apocalypse, playing a season of Secrets and Shadows with our friends over there. On Saturday, I will be streaming with RPGs Uncovered, playing A Treacherous Turn. We are playtesting with one of the creators. And then Saturday evening, I will be on Dexara's channel doing a charity two-shot using the Edge of the Empire Star Wars game.
Ooh.
And then on Sunday, I will be back here on Lost Caravan with part 1 of our Nova miniseries turned Mothership. I will leave it at those 5 things for now. I will spare you all the
He's so
remaining
busy.
I'm a very busy individual. I think in October there will be at least 2 weeks where I stream for 6 days in a row.
Oh wow.
That's a lot. That is a lot. All right, then I guess that just leaves me. I'm Holly. I was your GM tonight. Just a reminder, this game has already funded fully on Kickstarter, but it is part of a series through Nerdburger Games. I suggest that you check out not only Nerdburger, but the Capers entirety. Very fun. You play with a deck of cards. I love that. But yes, and as far as what's going on with us at at the Lost Caravan is we have Spooky Month. It's coming. It's approaching quickly. And we will be doing an Old Gods of Appalachia game. I will be GMing or helping facilitate our haunt as well in that month. We are also still doing our Spooky Ookie Game Jam. It will be closing soon-ish. So I really encourage you if you really want to. Our community is great. It really is. If you're looking for feedback on anything, please, let's do this. Please join the Discord. It's in the description box below. We do have monthly casting calls and schedules where we hang out, be giant nerds, and we'd love for you to come hang out with us. And for me personally as a player, I am on HSC this Friday, so it'll be in 2 Fridays, I think. I'm not sure. I know Big Bad Gone is coming up, and it's thrown a wrench in a lot of things for us. But every other Friday, every other Friday, I play in Wild Sea with KC. We're buddies on there too, and it's awesome. And if you've not,
the greatest team.
it's good. And then every premiered last night, so every other Saturday, we premiered Die on HSC. If you have not caught it, I encourage you to please check out the VOD. There was a lot of production value that went into this, and I am so pleased to be a part of it. I love that game already, and we've only played 1 episode. And then I do believe this Tuesday I will be doing Orbital Blues and finishing up our series here on Lost Caravan. And I know in a couple weeks I'll be playing or promoing and playing the Mech Finder that Lost Caravan partnered with Eldritch Osiris games. So I think that's it. So be good, do good. That's it for me. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.